I'm
He's
still
learning.
I'm not a noob, but I'm definitely no. I'm still like 2 years into it, so it's
Yeah.
a little better.
I'm just
Hey,
happy I could
Bruce's
help with
setup
the
framed
learning.
like that. I keep expecting Malcolm McDowell to come and sit down in a smoking jacket, start reading from Dickens.
Welcome to our book reading of no.
It's H.P. Lovecraft week. Oh boy! Bruce's favorite.
Thought Muse was Bruce's favorite.
Ha ha ha. You leave that joke in the ground where it belongs, Paul. Damn it. Good timing though. I'd forgotten about it.
I think he went and made a White Russian.
Huh?
Bruce, did you make a White Russian?
That's a
Doesn't
no.
know.
Oh, okay. Just a white glass. Okay.
I might have some of that too in solidarity since I have it.
You do actually.
I might have some of that too in solidarity since I have it.
Oh, so let's mute everybody. So let's mute everybody.
Keiter's been that way since fucking middle school.
Mm-hmm.
He's been older than everyone.
Yeah, when people are like, "You're an old soul," and I'm like, and
Thank you.
Are we going in, Sterling?
So, you guys ready to form Voltron?
Yes.
I don't know what this means, but sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Thunder.
I'll form the head.
I got the feet.
That takes me back. Yes.
I got
This is gonna be totally 2 hours, Bruce. 2 hours are totally doable.
yeah, 2 hours times 50 of just ridiculousness.
Mayhem
So-
and madness.
Hi, everyone in YouTube world. So, we got a couple new faces on the Sirs and Madams. So, in the
his
top
name is
left,
Bruce.
we have our good friend Paul. Say something, Paul.
Hello, everyone, from the People's Republic of Liverpool. We have the results of the vote, and 12 points goes to Jeff.
Oh,
Not Matthew's team.
That's nope.
Where's my jersey?
moving on. And to the top right, we got Cheryl. You guys remember her from the Addict video?
Hello. And from Shenanigans on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's me,
shameless plug is
hello.
not shameless.
Absolutely, no shame here.
And bottom left, we got Matthew.
Hi. Hello.
Like, come on, bruh.
What, you want energy from me? Never. Never.
Yeah, let it simmer. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. Bruce is happy about not hearing my voice.
Ooh.
And down center, we got Bruce.
Yeah.
Per usual.
Same old shit.
And bottom right, for his triumphant return, Peter, a.k.a. Goose, a.k.a. what are you going by this week?
The same nickname I've gone by for 16 years, which would be Goose.
I'm just
Thanks
saying,
for
I've heard
playing.
like 3 or 4 different names from you. So,
That's fair. Right now it's Gimp, so it's fine.
where's your mask?
He did break his shit.
I did break my toe on a stack of LPs, by the way. I snagged my toe on a stack of LPs. So,
A very
you know,
hipster way to break your toe.
it would
Sounds
sound like
about
it,
right.
but you know,
Does sound about
I've
right.
had them longer than that fad, so it's fine.
Wait, no, that just all right. Just plays into it.
Moving on. So, yeah, we're finally getting to RWBY Volume 7. It is, yeah, Volume 7, right?
Yay! Some
Yes.
things never change.
Yeah, he still can't count. Hooray!
Oh, I'm so glad that Sterling's memory is still foggy. Oh god.
It's like, I appreciate your dedication to that bit. That's really good.
I mean, it's like the last season with the moon exploding, or was that season prior?
Oh my god, I still can't do it.
Okay, fine,
And-
whatever, Matthew.
Yeah.
That's as
No,
long
I'm
as
not
it's-
giving you help.
Oh, damn. So, yeah, we're just going to get into, what's the first track? Trust Love?
Yeah. You want to? Do we want to wait like a few more minutes just for?
Yeah, and also I think it's probably
Yeah, might as well.
relevant to talk about people's background with RWBY, maybe? If only because I have none, and
I
that's
mean-
why I'm here.
I wasn't
Cheryl's-
going to put you on
Cheryl-
Front Street, but
Well, no, but Cheryl's our wild card, so she's only coming into this with the idea of listening to the music as it stands by itself, with no context of the show, just to be like, it stands on its own, or this is, there's no tint to her opinion on it. It's just, this is what it is. And then Paul, you also, High Five Water Slide. People know Paul on Twitter as well, and his affiliation. And you wrote some of the tunes with All Ages a Geek for some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's done, RWBY fan, but yes, also musician. So, and then the rest of the 4 of us were just a bunch of jackasses, and you remember us from before. So,
That's a very accurate description.
I mean, I'm not, no lies here, it's just what it is.
Nope, not saying I'm not.
Jackass number 3.
Yeah.
I like the first movie.
I've been pining for this role for years.
I've been an understudy for this forever.
Let me tell you, all the fucking bar gigs I've gotten to become Jackass 3, man.
Sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. All right. I think that's probably good.
Okay.
The other, I'm trying to think. There's probably some stuff in the description. We're going to use the videos that. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is, I'm the only one that created all the lyric videos, so no one else would get spoiled. So no one else has heard any of it. No one's seen any of it. And so I'm the only one that's actually had to listen
Except
to
for
him.
Paul.
Well, he's yeah, but only from the day that it dropped, right? So Paul and I are the two that can kind of like shimmy everyone in a direction if we need to, or kind of if someone misses something or whatever, we might be able to bring it up. And
I
then
need to work out which way to steer when the cool moments come. Who am I looking
yeah,
at?
Leave the witness.
Yeah.
yeah. So, oh yeah. Unfortunately, I'm between the two other gingers. So, when the cool, so Paul, when the
Ginger
cool moments
sandwich.
come, you need to
Yeah.
look down.
Oh, okay.
Well, everybody's
Yeah,
everybody's
down at
position different.
Matthew.
Everybody look at Goose right now based on your screen.
Is he that way?
See,
every-
exactly. It's
God.
like it's
Meanwhile, I'm in the top right of my own screen. So.
exactly where we all look like fools if we try to be like,
So,
So I had to
Worst
put the
But,
gingers
Brady
on the
Bunch
bottom.
ever.
It's like, I had to put
So
the
what-
gingers on the bottom. Sorry, like it's policy.
We understand.
policy.
So then, which way do I look to look at Matthew?
To your right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll look this way. Cool.
great. On his screen, he just looked off screen. Perfect. Fucking perfect.
Your
We're
other
all
right.
clowns. Yeah, you're my other right.
So yeah, so we're going to use those videos, and then we're going to use ModernCamEraGuy. We're going to use his video for the acoustic, and we're going to use Mitch's videos for the 4 scores, and the links are in the description for all that too. So if anyone wants to check those out later, but other than that, is everyone about ready?
Hmm?
Well, Hollywood, everyone's.
Wait.
Someone recognized the
Oh,
Brady
wait,
Bunch reference,
wait,
so I guess what
wait.
we'll have to do is we'll have to talk about Hollywood Squares instead.
Mhm.
Is that?
Who's gonna be the super gay one in the middle?
Get your drinks, pour them.
Hello. Not a question.
Goose, you are pointing at Cheryl.
I was trying to point at Matthew. My bad.
Yeah, I know you were.
Now I'm ready.
On YouTube, he's pointing at me,
Yeah.
and then by
Aha!
way, I'm pointing at Matthew. So there you go. All right,
Hello.
everyone ready?
Hello.
Let's do this.
All right. So first tune up is "Trust Love," which is obviously with Casey Lee Williams and by Jeff Williams. Ready?
Yep.
Okie doke. Yummy. There we go. Sorry. Wasn't around all the way.
Record scratch.
Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt
Really,
is gonna
Joey?
save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of charm.
I hope this is all
Dream can set you free. You don't have to dream.
I mean, just don't sing along with it, but it's synced up enough.
If you just believe.
That'd be funny.
And all you see is all you need. Right now your hopes are shattered, pointless ever after. But in time you'll find from love your heart just shines. When you don't know where to turn to, and you're
The look on Cheryl's face. Perfect.
when the day you waited for won't come.
I just wrote, oh shit, harmonies.
Oh, get ready for a lot
Gonna
of
run out of
that.
paper.
Yeah. Boy, do I have juice.
If you could only open up a door, spread your wings and fly away from here. Write yourself into a fairy tale. All your problems would just disappear. And still you're counting on a second sun.
Chris OST.
When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for won't come, and dark won't yield to dawn. Just open up your eyes. The truth is there, but sometimes it's disguised. The way that say that we're together, moving toward the light. When we trust in love and open our eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the first things first, just so everyone knows this out of the gate. So when I was choosing the artwork for this, for the first two, I needed to get them started. So this is the last scene of the opener, so I just kind of used it for whatever. So I'll explain some art choices and how some of them don't necessarily match, but they were just kind of like best guess for now kind of thing later on. But anyway.
I mean, that was a gang shot, and it's,
Yeah,
it's
right?
the opening.
Yeah.
It fits nicely. It's the whole squad.
Right. So anyway.
So this is the opening, yeah?
Yeah, this is the full
Oh, okay.
opening. Probably the first quarter of that. It's usually a minute, I think. But the
In and
first
a half,
60,
something like that, yeah.
yeah, the first minute and 30 seconds was the actual opening for the show, and then
Sure,
everything else
yeah.
was written after for this.
Do they do a different opening every season?
Yep.
Like
Volume?
anime.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Shout out to whatever patch or was on that bass. Just anytime it goes towards that low beat and it's so crisp and you can actually hear what note it is.
Just wait for the fretless one in the next
Yeah,
tune.
hold on to your pants there, Sterling.
Spoiler, I'm not wearing pants.
I believe him.
So a thought that I have, one thing that I always like is when the feel of a song musically matches up with the lyrical content, and it's just this whole song feels extremely optimistic, and I dig that like a lot. Like it's very thematically sound all the way throughout.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
You can feel the optimism.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's very true.
Like if you didn't have lyrics, you would get that message.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I think is really cool, and some tunes are better than others at this, but being able to like stand alone, like if you were to hear them on the radio and not have a context for it, because a lot of people, let's be honest, don't really listen to a lot of the lyrics other than the chorus when they're listening to a tune. Anyway, because that's the catchy part or whatever. And I think this would stand on its own without any other reference to anything, so I think that's one of the cooler things is being able to do that kind of stuff, and then Jeff and Casey and all that do that really well.
Well,
Yeah, it's
on that-
complex,
on
but
that
it's
note,
very
Bruce,
accessible.
Bruce, you said to me a couple of days before this dropped, if I was to introduce somebody blind to any RWBY OST song to get them into it, what would it be? And that's tricky. It's a really tricky question, but this will be right up at the top of the shortlist. This is one of the Jeffiest tracks out of all. Just for reference for you, Cheryl, this hits a lot of the the classic Jeff notes.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you got all
No,
the
I can totally
segments.
see that.
This is an almost blackout bingo kind of thing for.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much Jeffiness, it's ridiculous.
The other thing is missing is Angry Jeff. Angry Tenor, I think, is missing
Yeah.
from this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh, there's Angry Tenor coming. Yeah.
There is angry
Well,
tenor.
Angry Tenor.
So,
It's a lot of wild notes.
oddly enough, and I'll tell you this now because it's not really a spoiler, but I'll tell you this now. Jeff, as a lead vocalist on any of the tracks, is only on one tune.
Mm.
So,
Oh.
so the rest of it is Casey or guests or whatever. And that I think that's correct. I don't think I'm misremembering. Does that sound right, Paul?
What was that? There's a
Jeff-
couple of guests, isn't there?
Yeah, but Jeff only really sings
Yeah, he's on
a
Brand New
solo
Day, isn't he?
thing on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you will get your angry tenor, at some point, and then you've got your secondary angry tenor that
Okay.
we'll get to, and then you'll understand the reference later when we get to it. But you have your heavy metal version of the Andrews Sisters that will be
Oh, I'm all
Oh
in
my
on that
God.
immediately.
Yes.
that will
That's a
come
deep
up later.
cut.
So I know, right? So all right. Any other thoughts, ideas?
Yeah, there's another thing in there which is really Jeffy, and I absolutely love it. Is what he does really well is when he has a verse that has a repeating melody, it's never the same chords underneath the melody.
Yes.
So the first time we'll play through with one set of chords, it'll keep the melody the same on the next run through, but the chords underneath are completely different, and it just adds so much to the whole texture.
Yeah, and I think that's why this is such an accessible song, is because it's incredibly complex musically, but the melody, it's so direct. It's so good.
Yeah, but with a little bit of weird thrown in every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
the
very
Jeff
little.
spice.
Yeah, very little copy paste.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, it's the chorus again. Yeah, but it's just the chorus again. Let's do something else with the chorus again. So
I feel attacked, but
Why do you feel attacked?
because he's a bass player.
1-5,
Aw.
1-5, 1-5. Ooh, a 4 chord.
he
Is
played
that
a 7.
anything
What the
goes?
shit?
Someone's got bingo already, I'm telling you. I wasn't leading the witness either. Oh, God,
Oh, that's true. You could totally skew the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Paul made bets beforehand just so we could fucking throw the entire bingo match that's happening on the Discord. A standout part of that song that I really enjoy is how so much of the melodic line sung by Casey is just cushioned on all sides and kind of helped along by like 3 or 4 backing vocals of Jeff's voice. And so what that comes out to the whole time is just a moving block chord of a melodic line, and it shows itself in the bridge, in the verse, in the chorus. It's all over the place, and I love it. It's really nice. It definitely is an easy way to spice up the music by doing very little.
From an instrumentation point of view, it is fairly sparse, and I think that's a common theme at some points in this version, volume even. But yeah, just backed up by those massive harmonies either sides. And Jeff doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, as a mixer as well, because these are so.
Does he mix this stuff
fantastic
too?
Mix,
Yeah.
masters, writes,
Oh,
produces.
he's a badass.
Oh, mate, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's got a lot of levels to keep in check.
Yeah, that's immaculate.
Yeah, it's funny because when I talked to him when he was like actually everything was done, but he was like mixing everything, and I said, so how's it coming along? I mean, like, are you happy with what you got so far? And he's like, I'm still wanting to perfect some stuff, But I mean, typical musician like the rest of us, where it's like,
Oh God,
know,
yeah.
it wasn't. The third wasn't quite 14 cents flat. It wasn't a perfect harmony. It's like, son of a bitch, just it's fine, So
Yeah, but let me just tell you, especially if you're a vocalist trying to mix, you know.
oh yeah, no,
It will hurt you.
yeah.
Ugh.
Very much playing to the minutia of it all.
Mm-hmm.
There's another part that I really Casey rolls up to like a high G in this one, and she has to punch it. She has to punch that, like she has to punch some of the high notes in this song, but there's one note. It might be on the lyrics "Just a Dream," but whatever it is, I just remember just listening to it when we were watching it and now, and it just fucking rocks. Like it's just a great moment where I can almost see the uppercut you have to do vocally to just hit that note and hit it clean.
Yeah.
So, and it hits you like an uppercut too. So that was a good moment in the song.
Okay. Want to go to the next one?
Sure, let's do it.
'Cause
Okay.
I recognize that one from the show, so the rest of these I'm curious to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll recognize bits and pieces of stuff for real. So, all right.
Oh, Paul, real fast, can you turn your gain up just a hair?
Yeah, sure. Is that better?
Thank you, chat, for helping us.
All right. There we go.
Oh,
Welcome
we're
back
Sterling.
to the
We're
YouTube
Sterling.
channel.
We're Sterling for this one. He's okay.
This is the radio credit.
Today I changed my place in history. Today I'm gonna start a brand new life. Done with suffering, had enough of misery. Finally on
here's
a path
where it happens.
heading somewhere bright. I feel a different kind of energy.
Oh, that is good.
Kicking everything in overdrive.
That ain't Paul.
More vitality. Find it hard to believe that I feel so alive. Just watch me go, see me fly, don't look for answers, don't ask
And it doesn't stop. The bass keeps going all the way through.
Erling's in a good place right now.
Good thing he's not wearing pants.
Nice. I knew those chords were coming, and I'm not any less pleased.
Any sense of predictability is totally like afterwards.
It's grounding though, like it's okay.
Yeah, you need it every once in a while.
That bass line, oh my god.
I know. I have no idea what the words have been so far because all I've been listening to is the bass line.
Feel the sense of possibility.
Jesus.
I could get addicted to that rush. Open doors and so much hope in front of me. Full of confidence every time it's crossed. My heart's electric, racing endlessly.
That's so dramatic. I love it.
Yeah.
Stars have aligned. Illuminate the darkness that was blinding me. Now I'm positive that it's my time to shine. I will explode, you'll see me rise. You may not even
Dramatic.
Yeah, get ready for a lot of that too.
Touch.
Oh, okay.
I heard your call.
Bingo.
finding so much more in me. When I look inside, I'm liking what I see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here's a guitar solo.
I was gonna say, guitar solos have been on point.
Can I play the tambourine? That's all I want.
I think that's just a hi-hat.
Oh.
No, I think it's a tambourine.
The
Oh,
tambourine, too.
No, it's a
Tambourine.
He's a vocalist. He doesn't know the difference.
Fuck you. It's not true.
Hashtag vocal squad.
As a pianist first. Remember this.
Right here.
Oh, that's good. Oh, these jazz chords. Happy.
Right.
Charleston.
What?
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's just a Sabaton run-in.
Nice. Was it a high concert F for the horns? A high C? Really? C sharp?
Just keep guessing, you'll get there.
It was high.
It was high. And it ends quietly. Huh.
Okay, so I have a quick thing about this one.
Just
Okay.
talk amongst yourselves for a second.
You need a moment.
While you finish, yeah. Yes, physical humor.
He's gonna go put it away.
Oh,
So that it won't be,
Sterling.
so that it
I
won't
mean,
be
it's fair.
tempted.
I don't want to look at that damn thing for at least a week.
What?
Can't
Gonna
look
go
at the
chisel
bass.
the frets off.
Just wishing the frets were off. Yeah, that's what it is.
Jeff and I
Okay.
need to have a conversation because that had no business being what that was.
Slapped. Sometimes I don't know that it did literally ever, but it definitely metaphorically slapped.
Oh, yeah.
So for the record, this is, and a lot of people are kind of a agreement of it, but like I said, when I got the tunes and the lyrics basically a week before everything came out. So I cranked out 2 to 3 videos a day to get everything ready by the time it actually dropped. And so I just chose artwork from that scene for this one, but it's specifically a lot closer, or probably is a Blake related song based on her storyline, but also based on the fact that there's a lot of piano going on, which is Blake's. Those piano runs are always like in Blake's like motifs and other things like that.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
it's probably more of a Blake song, but when I was getting started, I was trying to procure like ideas and artwork for things, or like take screenshots of things, and I couldn't take forever to just do it. So I just decided to do the first 2 tunes with scenes from where those songs showed up. That's all.
So, quick question for somebody who's not seen the show. Are the majority of these songs coming up things that like you get bits and pieces of used as part of the actual soundtrack, or is it like a mix?
So, in the sense of, you mean how integral the music is to?
Yeah, like is every single song on the soundtrack integrated at some point into the show or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was just
Yeah.
curious. Okay.
It's short versions that might only be like 30 seconds or a minute that they wrote just for the show, and then after the fact, Jeff and company blow them out into full tunes to have that happen, basically.
Cool. That is going to give me a discussion point at the end of this that I have written down.
Lyrically, they're kind of canon as well, and there's a lot of foreshadowing for stuff that happens later.
Okay. That was going to be my question, but I figured I'd let you guys get through it all, and then we'll talk about the nuance of that question.
I feel like
Paul
also
gets me.
when you look at the quartet of protagonists, Blake would be the one to play bass in the band. I think that's a fitting stereotype to run into. Of the 4, I
cat
think
bass
Blake
girl.
Blake would be the bass player.
That, no, nope.
Right.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, the thing is like a lot of the tunes, they're not canon in the sense of like you're going to get information out of the song that you didn't get in the show, but you might get some feeling of background of certain characters or how they feel about something or whatever else. But those might be just a couple lines that you can like look at the show and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that totally. But then there's other things where they can't make it canon because they don't want to. The songwriters are not the script writers.
Correct.
So it's kind of a dance between hinting at things, and sometimes what they say ends up being canon, or sometimes what they're reflecting back from is canon, and other times it's just something that's not. So it kind of goes back and forth, but for the most part, the songs are intricate to maybe understanding certain characteristics or certain characters or something like that within the show, I guess you could say.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be sort of what I ask about, but I think I want to let you guys hear it all first, and then I have specific questions. So
Well, we have no answers. So.
that's fine. Whatever. I'll just
I
bug
just-
you like usual.
That's fine. That's fair.
I loved how so much of this song was on clean channels. How pretty much all of or most of the song was just run on something smooth. Like none of it stuck out in like the overdrive abrasive way. It was all smooth, which let the bass pop so nicely and
Oh yes.
turned turned all those piano lines to be a
Early.
nice highlight. It's just a good choice because of that. I think was one of the big reasons why that song will probably be like a favorite of mine out of across all 7, because that easily was just so much fun to listen to.
Yeah, the use of piano in the last song and this song, the fact that it was the clean choice was like a really good choice. I think that you could have gone with more of like an organ kind of feel, and that would have been a more obvious choice maybe. But I
It's
like the way it
funny.
ended up.
It's funny you bring that up because
Is it?
Jeff's first instrument is organ.
Okay.
Let's go.
So when it comes to hearing like 50 notes at a time,
That explains so
you know,
much.
That does explain a lot.
yeah. So
Knowing music stuff.
it's like let's pick the hardest instrument ever and let's learn that.
Yeah, I mean, might as well,
to
right?
start. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, for your starting thing.
And everyone pointed it out, but like the use of chromaticism, there it is, bingo, in this piece, is just immaculate. Like, the transitions were smooth. Even the chordal interplay during the verses, where he'd pick a note, run through like 3 chromatic versions, and then just hit that same chord again. So tasty. My bread and butter. I love it.
Also, just final note, I was not prepared for that amazing piano run followed immediately by the guitar doing the same thing. It was so hype.
It was so smooth, so good.
I just want to sit and just talk to Jeff, be like, how was it mixing that bass? Because
Oh my god.
like,
That's so hard to do, dude.
and I'm sure he had to use Melodyne at some point, and if not, holy fuck, I quit. Like, if that's the case.
Well,
Like, for those who don't know, Melodyne is like the auto-tune, but better, I guess. So if your note's out of tune, you can just tune it back up. And not having frets, and the way he was going, you might hit a dud here or there, but I didn't hear anything that stuck out. Like,
Well, and the thing is, it could be, that could be all in computer, right? But it's one of those things where I've never heard Jeff or Alex, for that matter, write something that wasn't playable. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
like you might have to get Victor Wooten to come play it, but it's playable. so
That's
just,
important.
yeah. Otherwise, it just sounds because if you don't do that, it just sounds like one big computer score. It doesn't actually sound like something. But
yeah, because I was trying to go along with it, like plucking. It's like there's no way he's just using 2 fingers. He's got to be like using all of them in some palm mute thing, or I don't know. Just Jeff, we need to have a talk. Teach me.
That was a skill test right there.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Is that why you put your own bass in the closet of shame?
I don't even want to look at it. Just
I thought it's because you didn't want your bass to hear like good bass playing and be like, you don't play me.
Dude.
Why don't you touch me like that, Sterling?
Look, first of all,
Exactly, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
I have been in a band with Sterling, so I got to defend my friend.
No,
Get him,
see,
Sean,
now-
get him.
I get it.
His
Yeah,
1 and
I've heard
5
it.
His 1 and 5 chords are immaculate.
Sterling and I were roommates. I've heard him literally play Victor Wooten songs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, I know what he can do, but that doesn't mean I don't like to poke.
Of course.
You have to, yeah.
Hey, 5-1 is keeping the lights on, so I'm okay with that.
Hey, what you know?
We're not actually judging. We're just making commentary.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason why this thing is still back here is because there's not an actual real one being played anywhere.
Aw.
Because there's no live orchestra. So I'm like, oh, okay, he can stay.
This video, like that trombone, will too turn into a relic of the times.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, you guys ready to go to the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like there's more to talk about with that one.
Well, then-
I'm
Chop.
just running it. Right. No, we hit the piano. We got the bass. We got the chromaticisms. That random ass power metal interlude.
Yes.
The choir
end.
swelled in. Yes. What was that? I loved it. I really loved it, but it was so like, I don't know, Jeff adjacent, where I was just like, now we're taking a step to the right and we're having something totally different. But I loved it. It was just all the sounds faded into the back and it just turned to a slow swell. And then I think he transitioned back into the chorus after that. And I remember like my jerk reaction was just getting just like whisked off into another headspace before getting thrown right back into the chorus of the song, and it was beautiful. I loved it. So
Yeah, it was just awesome.
I'll co-sign. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So the next tune is Hero, and it features Caleb Hiles as
Oh,
the vocalist
sweet boy.
instead of Jeff. You know, he let Caleb do this one.
Is this the other angry tenor?
Yes.
Yes, angry
And
tenor.
I know for a fact there's a whole bunch of people that have been just chomping at the bit for like, I can't wait for Matthew to hear. I can't wait for the tenor to hear the tenor do the thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so do I get to watch Matthew? Do I get to stare at him on this one? Yes.
Maybe. In fairness, I followed Caleb for years on his personal channel, so I'm very excited, and I'm pretty confident about what he can do. He's got
Nice.
quite the talent. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's not a total surprise, but it is something
No,
that's going
but
to be
yeah.
yeah.
It'll be fun.
Alrighty.
He seems like such a sweet dude. Quite the voice. Yay! Oh, I thought it were gonna be ads.
Ooh. I'm already here for the.
Fun.
I'm here to protect you. Nothing will stop me. Understand, there's no sacrifice that I won't make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trust me, to be strong. I'll be your hero. Just hold on. I would die without regret. I offer up my life.
Really? Like that works?
Zero reservations, I would fly into the sun if that would keep my dream alive. Deliver you from harm, shelter in my arms. The fear will surely fade. No, right now the plan I made will guide us all. We'll survive this storm. I will fight for you no matter how I am despised. Betrayed as cruel and heartless, I am mine. I have power, I'm due process, I will fly. Our enemies destroyed, metal I'll deploy, no chance that I won't take. My oath to you I won't forsake. Hope's not gone, just hold on. Take my hand, I'm here to protect you, nothing will stop me. There's a sacrifice that I won't make. I'll risk it all to keep you safe. Trust me to be strong. I'll be a hero. Just hold on. Oh, 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 what if it's true as they say that I don't have a heart, that I'm more a machine than a man? When would the change, would it matter at all? I've made my plan. Hearts and minds may not agree
What the
Pokemon!
hell was that?
Okay.
So
Gotta
I've
catch
never,
'em!
I've never heard or heard of Caleb Hiles in my life. By the way, just for anyone,
Oh, interesting.
I have no idea who this person is at all. That was what the shit was that?
Okay. So I just want to say the first note I wrote for this song is after in the intro, the "I will protect you" line. I was like, that doesn't seem true. And it just the amount of acting in that singing too, and that's a really fine line to walk. It just real fucking good. Like I don't have any other way to put that. Real fucking good.
Bruce, before we
that
go further, do you want to talk about the visual?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, so basically, there's two tunes. One of them will come up later, but I commissioned AG Nonsuch, who a lot of people know on Twitter and stuff like that, to actually do artwork that's going to be something related to the actual vocalists and not characters, because they're all guests. So something that would actually like kind of show that, as opposed to, just, oh well, this is this character or that character, which that would have been really easy to do. But I wanted something for the guest artists who were completely new, to kind of get a hand in it. That's all. But yeah.
Caleb has always been an exceptional talent at putting his heart on his sleeve into his voice. There's always been like a very clearly a direct pipeline between how he feels and how it sounds when he sings. So you're more than reasonable to make that observation, because he is quite good at that. I've known Caleb. A lot of what Caleb's YouTube content is, and what I followed him for in the past, is his work has been taking anime openings and then being the English translation cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not all of what he does, to say the least, but a lot of what he does is taking anime openings, translating the lyrics, and then singing it himself.
Is he the one you showed me doing that Attack on Titan intro?
Yep.
Hmm?
Yes. If it's a dude with a beard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I take it back. I
Sterling
I
and
heard
Cheryl
Lee.
have entered the chat.
I just have one question. Has he done You've Got the Touch?
I don't know. You'll have to look up that one. I'm not sure. My favorite, for a shameless plug, my favorite thing that Caleb's ever done was covering the My Hero 3rd opening. Just because, I don't know, I'm not a fan of English translated Japanese songs.
Oh my god, same.
As a general reference, but his translation and the way he sang it was fucking godly. Everything he sings is godly. He is by no means a lesser talent. But that song specifically stuck out to me. And there's so much in this song where he just fucking flexes his range vocally, his range in style, and just all of his heart. It's really good.
Well, the
And
whole
he
time.
did do
Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, he did a few RWBY covers as well. And I think that's how
He
Jeff
did.
Jeff picked up on it. He commented on one of them, I think. And it was actually This Life Is Mine, which structurally is very
Ooh.
similar to what Jeff has done here. When don't forget, Jeff has had to write this for him as well. And what a job, what a job he's done there. He's obviously done his research and looked at what the guy can do, and just written it perfectly for him. Starting off in the semi-operatic style and then building up exactly how he did in his covers of the RWBY stuff originally.
I have an interesting comment about the operatic start, or whatever he was going for at the beginning, because none of it sounded anywhere kind of bad. It was all really good, but I wish he would have committed a little bit more in one direction, because he's flipped often between his normal timbre is a little bit lighter, a little bit more rock theatrical, less openness in the vowels, more pingy, and obviously taking the classical approach is when you start to let that resonate and get a bit wider. And he switched back and forth, but I wish he would have full committed to one or the other.
Felt the same way.
Certainly not
Yeah,
an actual
no, absolutely.
issue. That's nitpicky. Because he very clearly could do both, but I wish he would have stayed on one of them. So I'm more curious as to why he switched it back and forth. Not a question I need answered now, but just something to throw out into the atmosphere.
Well, I was going to say, like, the whole operatic thing is more Weiss's bag, so...
Right.
I mean...
Isn't this an Iron Ironwood.
Yeah.
Ironwood. Yep.
Yeah.
I love how aggressive and present those guitars were though. Just creating it's like the pressure that Jeff's building around it. The singer's straight in the middle, he's the focus spotlight's on, and you've got these super present, aggressive, heavy guitars either side.
And I noticed that there was a good balance when the vocals became more aggressive, that the guitar kind of laid back a little bit to let that kind of take the forward. And that's, again, really good mixing, but also just really good arrangement choice. Just really,
telling a
really
story.
good.
It's storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the verses where Caleb was singing, I stopped listening to the words and listened to the guitar riff because it was just banging at one point. Where I was like, oh, that's a heavy riff right there. Oh, that's real nice. Like, that was just what went through my head and through my face. That was really cool. Let's see. Oh, you got to hear one of my favorite techniques that a lot of tenors like to use, which is so some of that high, like the shrill high stuff, where he's popping up to like the D's and the E flats towards the top of that. I think I'm still a young tenor and I can only do it sometimes, but from what I've observed from other tenors I know and what I've seen and what I've felt is that that's a form of mixing it at the top, where you put just a little bit of the mixed voice in to keep the punch, keep the energy, but it takes away a little bit of the kick, but it allows you to hit the note. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but that's why very clearly he didn't go into falsetto in that song, but when he was hitting those very top notes, it sounded like a little bit more effeminate, a little bit less of the like natural grittiness in his voice. It smoothed itself out a little bit. So that's a trick that I've seen a lot of tenors use when they get into the upper.
That I could go on a tangent about that, but that is an extremely common, I don't want to say trope, but it's an extremely common vocal choice in female pop music specifically. If you reach for those notes, and as long as you get the notes, it imparts a sense of urgency when you're at the very top of your range, that the mix can kind of help you a little bit with it. But that's a choice. Like 80s female pop in particular was really, really big about that, which is kind of funny because a lot of the sort of proggy like choices tend to kind of vibe from that era anyway. And so I definitely kind of felt that. There's that idea that if you're like pushing at the top of your range, it adds urgency, it adds a sense of just presence, even though the note itself, like if you took it out of the mix, would probably be a little bit thinner than you would expect, but it doesn't matter because it allows for like an easy emotion to kind of come across. But that's a total female pop trope, like all the time. Very big, starting in the 80s.
Good stuff.
I mean, I play trombone. So I'll let you guys talk all the vocal stuff you want, because like that is not my bag.
That's not
Some of that song also sounds like the Pokemon theme song, so I definitely had that playing.
I heard you at the end.
While I was listening.
I did too,
You could put those two
You
songs.
asshole.
It was great. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah.
It's okay. I went to Transformers and thinking Ironwood is Prime, so it's fine.
Okay.
You've got the touch. Like, if I could hear Caleb do that song, but anyways.
Well,
I knew that's where you were going
find
with the
out.
question.
You might have to
I'll go look it
request
up.
that one.
I'll go
I think
look it up
chat's
while
saying
you-
he has done it.
Oh yeah. Let's find out.
also, my chapstick is gone and everything is terrible.
What?
Let's go to the next one. My chapstick's gone. It's a crisis.
Calm down, Becky. Jesus Christ. Go to the next song.
My pretzels are really tasty right now, so I don't know what's going on.
All right.
This is really tasty. Not a sponsor.
Are you guys ready for the next
Sterling, you
one?
need the finger.
Let's do it.
I really don't. I'll explain stuff
fancy.
afterwards.
I'll use
no,
the
no.
index.
So this one just kind of stands on its own, and it's holy shit. These two. But
What? We're brothers.
Yeah.
Can't you tell? It's in the eyes.
I mean, it's in the eyes. Yes,
It's the
totally.
light. It's the lighting.
I just want the record to state that I was being good for once.
For once, you're right. You get some. You get a gold star.
Yay!
One gold star.
So evidently by now, because one of the things that Jeff told me too, he goes, "Well, we tried a lot of experimental stuff, and hope it comes out okay the way we want, kind of thing, because it's a little divergent from what's been done in the past. I mean, they've had other things in the past that sounded very musical and stuff like that too, obviously. Or there was the acoustic of Bumblebee that was the kind of the Western version.
Don't bring up
stuff
Bumblebee.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's the Western version, right? So anyway, this might qualify as one of the more experimental things too, I guess.
This one?
He
The
said-
one we're about to hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said with a question mark at the end of the sentence.
An upward
Bruce,
inflection.
Bruce,
Bruce.
So all right, so next one. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right.
I'm already down for the ZZ Top song. I love it.
Kick off Sunday shoes.
Get out of my head.
It's a shuffle kid. Get it.
I'll explain the art choice later because I know a bunch of people were unsure.
I just love the fucking.
But nothing's wrong
Ah, different clothes. I like that.
It's feeling like a brand new day.
It's definitely a sitcom opening.
Right?
Enter the Allman Brothers.
Seriously.
I've been waking late, filled with shame, trapped inside the place I made.
Interesting characters to pair together.
I'll explain that in a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
But I get it.
And drunk loser Hall of Fame.
Alright, well that's easy.
There's time for me to make
Yeah, that's the obvious one, right?
Right. Okay, guitar.
This would be a top 10 hit if Steven Tyler sang it.
Fucking absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm done.
But nothing's wrong today.
Jeff doesn't need to double track that.
It's looking right, okay. Taking everything in stride. The sun is shining in the sky. The birds are smiling, so am I. I'm kicking ass in every way. Think this change is here to stay. It's feeling like a brand new day.
Ah, yes.
I know I've failed so many times. Drown the
Nice.
troubles in my mind. Everything in 100 proof. A skillful card hides the truth. So every season gets the chance to change. Maybe all this
Here comes my
self-destruction
favourite part of this whole record.
you never know, I might just win. Defeat the enemy with
Right here.
put a full stop on the train wreck that I've been.
That's fun. That's fun.
But nothing's wrong today. Everything is looking right, okay.
I love your barbershop quartet thing.
Oh, hell yeah. The whole time I've been thinking that.
In the sky,
So
Of
no
course.
one told you life was gonna be this way.
Oh, that's where you went? I went with You Make My Dreams Come True.
That also works, yeah. They all count. They all work nicely.
So the two characters on obviously the second part is Crow, because it talks about, you know, drinking and 100 proof and all that kind of stuff. The first part of the tune, though, it could be several different people in the show, or of the main characters, because it applies to a lot of them, and there's a couple lyrics that kind of point to some different people. And the only reason why I chose Blake as the character for that side was because
They're both emo and moody.
well, no, not specifically, although you're not wrong.
I'm not.
But like as you go through the different volumes of the show, the last volume was the one where she actually had like the roughest time. Like the character development kind of happens with different characters over different volumes, and like her pinnacle thing was like the last one. So it seemed to kind of make somewhat of the most sense to have as a representation of like referring to just what happened just previously, kind of thing. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a Blake song." It could be. I don't know. I got zero input from Jeff and Casey on any of it.
Huh.
And there was once or twice. There's one thing I asked Casey specifically just to make sure that it might be not completely out in left field, and she was like, "No, I'm not going to tell you." I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. You know, that's totally fine." But yeah, but they really want people to interpret it on their own and stuff like that. So things are kind of written a little vague sometimes to, like, you know, to do that. That's totally fine. I get that. But anyway, that was the choice I did for that. That's the first thing. The second thing is that total transition, like, goes into halftime.
Oh yeah.
God.
Like right in the middle, you know,
Yeah.
and then the chords that Paul was talking about too, of like out of nowhere it turns into like it's like
lot.
every yeah
It's a lot.
it's like we're just going to creep around the whole like chord progression pattern here and make our way back. It's like, okay, great, you know, totally works.
It's pretty much just a little wax seal of Jeff is just like, remember that I wrote this for all of like 5 seconds. Is like, don't forget who I am, and then they go back to do up.
Yep, I was gonna say everything I said about Bumblebee. Just insert that here, because. Yeah.
Raul just said halftime ? 5 for bingo.
So
And I didn't say it, so
yeah, those lyrics were hilarious. Like, oh my god, so good. Yeah, y'all gonna make me watch this show.
See, and that's the tricky part is Paul and I had this discussion.
Gotcha, bitch.
Paul and I, it's not that we didn't watch any animation or anything like that, but what brought us to the show was literally the music first, and then the conversation we had was, oh shit, if they put that much detail into the music, then what's the show like? You know, and then so that's what brought us into actually watching the show for the first time. So there you have it. The music is the gateway drug to RWBY for the right people.
that much is very true.
I mean, you guys have me at she has a scythe, so I was down.
Yeah, we're simple people with simple needs.
Yeah.
And then
I
once
watched
I
the
saw,
first
That is so
trailer.
funny.
Once you told him it was a scythe gun, you had him salivating.
I wasn't gonna bring up the whole like door gun and all that.
No.
but,
I didn't bring up
Oh,
door
come
gun.
on.
It was you, Sterling. Once again,
I gotta sneak it in at least every now and then.
not always about race. The door gun is not everywhere. My Christ.
It
Door
is.
guns matter, okay?
So,
Why has fan art not been made of door gun yet?
maybe you just
Well,
aren't looking
it's
hard
about
enough.
to be.
Yeah.
We say that every time.
I will say I do appreciate musicianship when it gets to the point where you just start experimenting with different styles, but then you just like, you know immediately who did it still. Like, there's no way. You're like, yeah, no, that's the same people that did. Yeah, but it just, the feel of this was, I appreciated that it was a little different from what we've heard so far. Just
Yeah, there's
break it
always
up a little
there's
bit.
always that one track on the album that's just like, hey, okay, now back to normal.
Yep.
Oh, is that consistent?
The left turn. Yeah.
Mostly because yeah, there's always at least one
Nice.
track that's just like a complete left turn from everything else.
Go on, say genre departure.
No, Bingo players. I didn't say it. Paul said it, so it doesn't count.
Goose and I are doing really well this time. Goose and I haven't hit the buzzwords. It's been other people who's been hitting it first.
And the bingo sheets do specifically have names attached to some of these things, so.
I came in here and fucked up y'all's bingo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it means we don't get blamed for everything.
Well, we can fix that.
No.
Matthew's responsible for everything.
He is the gay icon. He is
Good
the gay
or
icon.
bad. Good or bad. See, I gave you a 50-50.
I have somehow turned into the gay icon of this channel. Somehow.
Hashtag ginger nut.
That's only because Cheryl hasn't been here long enough yet.
That's probably also true.
Probably true.
Like, she'd be the one person to dethrone you would absolutely be Cheryl.
The
Cheryl,
cage fight.
The throne is yours.
I would watch that.
Okay.
I would watch that cage fight.
2 enter, 1 leaves.
Yeah, two.
If the throne is mine, then I must say, hashtag Stan Ginger Nuts, Shannon.
Well, hey, Sterling.
I gained 1 in first.
If that's the reference you're going for, then that means you would be Master Blaster.
I'm okay with that, though.
Along with Goose, because he's the tallest one in your list.
I am 100% okay with this as well.
Once COVID is over, yeah, I'm coming for you. Just whoop.
All is safe. For now. For now.
Well, see, it's good thing it's later because like I can't chase him right now with my foot, so it's fine. I got.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All
Very
right.
cool and good. Cool and good.
Next one.
Cool beans.
No, just
Yay.
a musical point, Bruce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
I want to talk a little bit about the guitar production.
Please.
If anyone wants to learn how to engineer and produce dirty guitars, listen to how Jeff does it. What he does really, really well, he's got a stereo image. Always on the left, you've always got a heavy, low-end chug, palm muted or heavy chords, and he uses the guitar on the right to add all of the sevenths and the upper extensions further up the neck in different inversions, and it's really, really effective because you get all of those interesting chords out of it, but it's not too much. It doesn't overwhelm the mix. And if you go back and listen to a lot of the volumes, it's there in pretty much every one.
Yeah, and part of why that works is because the I mean, I'll use this as the example just because if you have a chord, say you have one chord in your left channel and one chord in your right channel that are different, you're going to hear them more clearly because they're in each channel and each ear is dedicated to that, as opposed to them colliding with each other in the mix together.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So when he does that, when he's got that lower kind of thing in one side and he's got the sevenths and everything in the other, it actually makes for a clearer sound when you're listening to it, because it's not on top of itself in the mix in the actual thing. It's separated, so it keeps it clear, which might have also been a Pink Floyd trick.
May or may not.
to have been super clear, because they write some thick stuff that's like super clear even though it's really thick. So
Also important to have different tones left and right as well. Don't just use the same guitar and the same tone.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone got anything else?
I just play the root note, so your sevenths and all like.
I know
really
Lie. I've been in a band with you. You lie.
I know 1, 5, and sometimes a 3.
I think he even played a 2. I don't know what happened.
It was by
Talk
accident.
about it.
It was by accident, but it sounded cool.
And then
All right.
my venue person didn't pay me, so
All right,
stayed away
ready?
from the
Ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is definitely a. I'm not going to say the term.
Go on.
Say it. Do it.
A genre
Get
departure?
the man his bingo.
That
Do
would
it.
be one of them.
Do it.
Yep. There is one or
Hooray, we did it.
there's another one after this one too. So if anyone missed it, they can get it later.
So Matthew Boatwright is the clown nose and Matthew Hankins is the clown shoes. Is that how this works now?
Yes.
What?
It isn't It is important to be a
Michelle's in the
metaphorical
chat.
and literal clown.
Michelle's in the chat. Her brother is the originator of clown shoes.
There we go.
So we have clown nose, and then her brother is clown shoes.
Yes. Yeah.
Put them together, and we have one whole clown.
Say
Yeah.
less. Put this whole channel together and we have one whole clown.
That's fair.
I know which part I'm gonna be.
The
That's enough. That's enough.
Just
Stop!
choose your own adventure. Just
Turn to page 5.
You fell down a hole. You died.
go to
Go
the next
back.
song. Jesus.
Go back to page
Make
2.
me be the one to say focus. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can't edit any of this.
We did warn Bruce that 2 hours may not be enough. So we warned him.
But you
I
gotta have.
accepted that in my soul when I was invited, by the way.
But you gotta have goals. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Let's Get Real, which is Casey Lee Williams, but this one is written by Jeff Williams and Aaron Riley, who is one of the vocalists later. So they collabed a bit, I think, on this one. So if I remember the correct stuff out of the album cover, so.
Round
And this-
1.
And this tune does deal with these specific characters directly, pretty well.
Nora gets all the genre songs. She gets all the weird ones.
Yeah, she's all the departures.
She is all the departures.
This is the Cheryl cover song.
Yes, it is.
Heather Sloan coming at you.
It's a disco bass line for you.
I was about to say, Sterling feeling good about life right now.
Oh yeah.
I know exactly what that looks like on the neck. That's a standard pattern.
Phrasing.
His frets are worn there.
Sterling. The off the wall vibes are out of control right now. First of all, that's Thriller.
Damn.
I mean, this sounds like a Ninja Sex Party song to me.
Absolutely.
In all the best ways.
Oh, it's funny. Going up and-
Or twerk. I guess that would also count.
Oh my
Yes,
God!
please.
Yes.
Straight out of 1981, and I am so here for it.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. That's funny. There it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
my chopsticks. Everything's good now.
Oh, some about High School Musical in the chat. It's a deep end.
I hear that. I hear that. I'll co-sign on that one.
I've never seen High School Musical, so I don't know.
You're better off for it.
Yeah, I think that was a little after our time, probably.
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
But I do hear it. Ooh, that's nice.
Oh,
Okay, so hold on real
Almost.
quick.
That felt like Whitney.
So first thing is the joke in the tune is when it says something about being together, and it's going back and forth between the words together.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is it's a throwback to Nora's character saying, "Well, we're not together," like way early on, right? So there's kind of that throwback to it. But the second it gets to that section of where it's repeating together, back and forth, it's like it turns up to like straight up Sly and the Family Stone for like 15 seconds or like 10 seconds, and you're like, oh, okay, this is amazing. So anyway, that's all I got about it. That song's pretty obvious for everybody. So.
I'm gonna certify it. It's a bop. Certified bop.
Certified.
100%. It's a bop. I love it. I'll listen to this one again, and again and again. It's super cute.
Yep. I will play the Sonic level. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It does sound like Sonic.
Although I would say my first thought was this is what was that Nyan Cat tune back in volume whatever. Like this is the evolution.
God.
Okay, I hear that.
Yeah, it's like the third evolution. If that was the first of the Pokemon line, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the final evolution.
Sailing, I can see you on a DDR, an arcade to that.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Like 40 pounds earlier, yeah. I get down to that.
Very put your faith in me, old school DDR kind of feel.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's fun. Let's see.
There's a lot of corks going on right
Yeah,
now.
Well, we reached the halfway point. I'm empty, so you gotta refill.
We know what the fuck we're about.
Hopefully, all y'all watching on YouTube knew what we were about too. Hopefully, this
Yeah.
is not a surprise.
You know what you signed up for.
If you're new, welcome. We're sirs and madams, we drink.
Oh yeah,
It's apple juice.
Is that
totally.
And
Is
club
it?
soda.
This
I
apple
promise.
juice sat out for a very long time. Then.
Yeah. Apple juice from barrels.
Aged.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
From the Caribbean.
I don't have much to say other than the fact that it was just really easy to listen to. That song could also be on the radio as a standalone hit.
Oh,
Oh
100%.
yeah, absolutely.
Easily.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like some people might think that when we say stuff like that, it means that it sounds simplistic, and
Not in a bad
it's like,
way. Yeah.
oh well, it's not that it's that. There's plenty going
Yeah.
on, but it's something where you can listen to it from beginning to end. You can hear everything that's going on, and you just kind of immersed in it, and you enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with a fun pop tune.
Nope.
Yeah.
Says the metal guy. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. So
And the classical guy, like I'm like, yeah, this is great. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like if anyone's going to be the metal people here, it's going to be me, Matthew, and Cheryl. Overall, and possibly Paul on some stuff. Because I know like he listens to like some stuff back and forth, but like when it comes to like the really weird shit, I'll be like, "Hey, Matthew, have you heard this one?" And
It's
like
definitely
send each other
Bruce and me
videos.
just like, oh, I cannot tell you. Or Bruce is like, hey, check this out. Have you heard these
Yeah.
guys? I'm like, I've not, in fact.
Yeah, so we'll sit
Yeah.
down. We'll
Yeah,
literally
no.
sit down and like send stuff back and forth all the time.
Yeah, the last time you were at my house, we had, what, a 4-hour YouTube rabbit hole?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Every
times-
time he was at the apartment with me and Matthew,
Yeah.
YouTube. Hey guys, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Can confirm.
I mean, when you're an audiophile, it happens. It's just like you just have to listen.
Oh, I
to more
am
stuff.
not complaining at all.
Oh, yeah. No, this
Yeah.
was...
To
This was
circle
very,
back.
very good.
Go ahead.
When we defined radio capability, we are describing cohesiveness. Ignorant of how simple or complicated it is a testament to how repeatable, how well the sandwich stacks up, how well it all fits together. So nothing but compliments on our end.
And a music breakdown just enough
yeah.
to kind of break the monotony. Just like, oh, just voices.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
was
that's
cute.
the only thing with that style of music is you do have to break it up a little bit, or it also has to be kind of short, which is why songs back then were short because they do grind themselves into the ground. But that one did not do that at all. It was very
No.
cool.
Tasty. That's another bingo card, I think.
I think Shannon's at 9 at this point.
Tasty.
Next.
What do we got?
Sorry.
He's looking at his watch like, we got to move this fucking party.
No,
along.
no, no. Like I was typing something in the chat to StarCraft.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. I'll just say it. So, hey, yeah, StarCraft. When you were talking about in the next tune being able to tell who was singing which voice, because the next one actually has the quartet.
Oh.
So there's two things I'll say about this before we get to it. Is I don't know. I can tell the difference of when vocalists change between parts, and I can kind of tell when like vocalist A and B are singing together as opposed to C and D. But I don't know who is who
they
all
are.
the time. You're right. And sometimes
Yeah.
you've heard Casey's voice enough, you can pick her out. But the other ones, not you're not sure. So the
Is it
so
three
the-
other guest artists?
well, it's hold on, let me find my list here because like
Sorry,
I have
didn't mean to jump again.
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Find your
I
list.
just
I'm
need
gonna
to-
He
run to the
started
other
it.
room real quick.
so the quartet is
Oh my God,
Casey
yes,
Lee,
same.
is Casey Lee Williams,
I'll race you, Sterling.
and then Adrian Cowan, right? And they're the ones that sang on Nevermore before,
Okay.
right? And then you have Aaron Riley, who
Rose. Or
what?
helped write. that
Yeah, she helped write previous tune as well, right? So you have Aaron Riley, and then you have Dawn Bennett, and Dawn is actually one of the VAs for one of the characters in the show as well.
Isn't she Robin? I think, right?
No, she's Elm, the
yeah.
Elm,
taller
okay.
lady with the hammer, right?
Oh yeah, Thunder Thighs.
Yeah,
Oh,
So you-
yes.
yeah. So you have the four of them as a quartet, and the reason why I keep typing in Maiden Quartet, because I did that before when I made a short video of like just the lyrics that Jeff sent for the short part that was in the show.
Right.
Maiden Quartet, yeah, it's it's kitschy and whatever else, but YouTube won't allow me to have enough letters to type in everybody's name
Oh.
in the title. So
That's
I'm like,
annoying.
yeah, so it's like, well, shit, I got to come up with something,
Right,
and then
yeah.
so I said Maiden Quartet, and then I put the people in the description, basically. So anyway, that's where the Maiden Quartet comes from. It wasn't me.
Gotcha.
It wasn't me just trying to be like, oh, I want to come up with some cool thing. It was me like, what do I type instead? Because I can't fit everyone's name into the damn title like we would need to. So
Bruce, did you ever get confirmation on from whose perspective each
No.
of the bits are? No.
No, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to be from different perspectives as much as it is just it's kind of an aggregate RWBY side and an aggregate Aesop side, maybe, at different times. But I don't think it's supposed to be like this is this character, that's that character specifically at any given time. I mean, it could be, but I think it's more of an aggregate thing back and forth, depending on how you're reading them.
Heard.
So,
It's up to interpretation,
right.
like most of their stuff.
So, and once again, I chose. I had AG Nonsuch should do artwork for this one
Gotcha.
because I wanted the actual real life, vocalist to be featured in some way as opposed to just some, character pictures.
Mhm.
So, anyway, everyone good?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Good.
Cool. Okay. So this is War featuring the Maiden Quartet, which is Casey Lee Williams, Adrian Cowan, Aaron Riley, and Dawn M. Bennett, which is this is the tune where I said before it's basically the heavy metal version of the Andrews Sisters.
Which
know.
you
We're
know
here
I
for.
love.
Yeah,
We're
I
here
mean,
for it,
which
yeah.
totally. Like Andrews Sisters were badass. Andrews Sisters and Danny Kaye. There's not much more that can get better than that. So, all
Bing
right,
Crosby occasionally, but
I'm
Dude,
We'll
All right, here
fight
we go.
later.
yeah.
come on, that's totally fair.
All right, so this is War.
Never really had a problem with
It skipped. Hold on a second. Let me start that.
Never
There
really
you
had
go.
a problem with you. All along I thought our friendship was true. Put my trust in you right from the start. I never dreamed that you would be my enemy, my life to take my heart. You screwed me in the perfect way. A friend betrayed. Joined another mourner. Content to follow orders. Leave behind your conscience, abandon those who need you more.
Adrian's such a powerhouse.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Nice heavy guitars.
I'll be honest, I was plenty surprised. Turns from family to full on display. Just like you to take the coward's way out. A book of lies with no replies. This diatribe's your victory, no doubt. You knew the cruelest thing to say. Then ran away. Filled with spite and taunted. Like Judas and wanted.
A good line.
We're not really a lyric thing, but like, damn.
Bitch, I am though.
Nice guitar run at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
Nice.
yeah, I love those Baroque influences on that stuff at the end. It's just disgustingly good.
That's it.
What?
I mean,
That's so.
7
yeah.
strings, super heavy guitars, jazz chords on a piano.
That sounds totally
I loved
Baroque.
it.
And then but because you can't tell me that very ending stuff wasn't.
No, it
wasn't,
was.
No,
Like, come on now.
It
He's just
is.
fucking with you,
I know.
Goose.
I'm just shit posting live.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna put that on your tombstone. I'm just.
Let the comments do their job.
So I couldn't really tell from the visual, but I saw Neo, Yang. What were the other two on the picture?
Okay, so you had Casey was Ruby, but her hair was the pink and brown,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because she had it dyed that way. So
real life,
yeah. So Casey was Ruby. Dawn was her character in the show, down on the bottom right. Aaron Riley was Yang. Aaron Riley's got blonde hair, and then Adrian was Hair, up in the upper left, the fast one that fought Ruby.
Yeah.
So that's how AG did those and stuff like that. It was funny because I gave AG like very little. I was like, so I want the singers to be in there, but maybe as some characters, or maybe just them, like the doodle version of them, like around the mic singing or something like that. And that's basically all I said. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to put Ironwood and hit and like in the gravity thing and do all that. And I'm like, okay, it's like, you're the artist. If I knew what I wanted and I could do it, I would do it, but I can't. So here's what I'm looking for, and you just do what you want to do. And like, that's the stuff she came up with like right off the bat. And I'm like, sold, done, so yeah. So and she's super cool. Sterling and I actually met her at Dragon Con last year, because she was kind of helping out with some of the people, some of the VAs that were there for Ruby and stuff like that and whatnot. So that's where we met, and so we've chatted since then and stuff like that. So when it came to like getting some artwork, it was like, well, she knows all these people. Yeah, she knows all these people, and she does something that's really unique and really cool. So let's do something different as opposed to, kind of the standard screenshots or something to kind of highlight some extra people. So
She's done something else for an upcoming project as well, soon to be released.
I didn't know if you wanted to bring that up or not, but okay.
Yeah, shout out, and also a shout out to Valashar for if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
Balashar, we've come to expect excellence from you, and you just
Yeah.
you truly delivered on that one, and bless
Yeah.
you for it.
Valashar is one of our Xbox, PlayStation, Twitch drinking buddies.
Yes.
He's always on there when we're playing and like just either doing really well or really bad. But either way, it's funny as hell when we're playing Call of Duty for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, a very good live shit poster.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
So I really like the song. I really thought it was about to go off the rails a couple times melody wise in the first verse. I was like, well, I don't know what's happening, but it got there. And as sort of reckless as the song feels anyway, it was fine. But I a couple times I was like, oh, I don't know where this is going. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it takes place during like a fight scene. So it's kind of chaotic anyway.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
You know?
Oh, was this the RWBY versus
Yeah.
Spec Op?
Ace
Not
Ops,
Spec Op,
yeah.
but yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Spec Ops.
That's
Yeah. And
Is that
that's
a
Much
what
Call
bingo
of
thing?
Duty.
I don't know.
No, it's just what I called them, and everyone's like Ace Ops, and I was like, no, Spec Ops. That's what I.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now.
I get the
You're
joke.
ruining the joke, Matthew, if you say
I don't
Spec Ops.
like the joke.
Just let it ride. It's fine.
Haha. I win.
So yeah, and actually one of the scores that we're listening to later is the score that leads up to the song, the start of that song. So
God, how do you
it'll,
prep
it'll
that?
make sense later because it'll fade out at the end of the score.
With
Right where,
instruments.
right where it fades out at the end of the score section is where this song actually picks up. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, any other thoughts, concerns?
No, Goose. I'm concerned about Goose's well-being, but
I appreciate the Go Busters
So am
reference
I.
in the comments.
So am I. Don't worry.
my God.
Nobody else knows who the fuck Go Busters is, but I got you.
Those harmonies were wild. I don't have
Filthy.
any intelligent comments to say other than that they were fucking insane.
They hit like a wall, right? Like you're just
Yeah.
like you gotta recover from them a minute.
It always hits
Real good. And well, and you know, and I'm a contralto, so I'm contractually obligated to be snide about sopranos. But like the girls did that. They did all that. I was really proud of them.
good.
Matthew understands.
And
Yeah.
very,
I was
very
wondering
well.
about that. I was curious to see.
You know, it is what it is.
That is
Cheryl, I'd be interested to know. Did you notice that Jeff is in there most of the time as well in those harmonies?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard angry tenor and I was pleased.
Yeah, Jeff. That's some people know this. I mean, a lot of people know this, but some might not. That Jeff does all the backup vocals, which is, so no matter how high or loud or whatever it is, it's always him in the background doing stuff. And then, so are you okay up there?
And
Yeah, I was about to say Sterling. Are you okay?
I just looked over to the comments and I saw Shannon and just
Oh,
it cracked me up.
oh
So
shit! Hold on, I gotta.
What happened? I can't
Oh.
see it. Which
Matt-
happened?
Matthew
I
is
like
concerned.
this.
Matthew is concerned with Goose. Oh, Ginger Nut, how are you, my heroine? And it just cracked me up a certain way. I don't.
And she left it with a smiley, loving face too, like a little heart face.
A queen.
no
She's-
matter what I do, no matter what I say, we'll never die.
I love you, Shannon. I love you. Ginger Nut will never die.
All right.
Meanwhile, everyone who's not in the Discord or in the debauchery chat of some kind are like,
Well,
Like,
what
what
is
the
happening?
fuck is
If you-
going on?
If you aren't in Discord, that's between you and your god.
And Patreon,
Fix it.
which you can join. For as
Yeah.
little as I don't know what our lowest donation tier is.
It's $3. I mean, you
It's
want a
our-
Big Mac?
$3.
You want a Big
It's our
Mac, or you
only
want to join?
donation cheer.
Okay. Which is an easy shill plug to say, please like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and all the other shilly things we need to do to stay on top of the algorithm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is funny because someone asked, they're like, "Are you gonna? Is the chat stream monetized and stuff?" I'm like, "What? No, I don't care. It's like, we do this shit for fun. I mean, come on.
We do
give
this
us a
shit for
break."
fun. But exposure is good, and nobody hurts from it. So if you'd like to help us do what we do,
Yeah, we might monetize some stuff like at a later date, just if
Right.
someone wants to, but that's not our first concern, so I'm not too worried about it. We're so used to being broke musicians that we're just like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Preach,
"Money,
tabernacle.
whatever." It's like, did I ever get paid from them? I don't remember.
Right. How many
Probably
times
not.
How many times have I gone in and out of the masquerade with empty pockets?
By the way, side note, CeeLo Green is very bad about paying.
Oh,
Anyway,
we're not surprised to hear that, by the way. 'Cause
He's pretty bad about a lot of things. So
He's
whatever
pretty. He's
it is.
pretty bad about cutting that check.
He's bad about a lot of things.
All right, you guys ready for the next ridiculousness?
Let's go.
Ready as I'll ever be.
What's
Okay.
what's about to happen?
No. It's just so the next one is Celebrate, which this is one that I chose. Basically scenes from when it happens in the show, which kind of help you remember what's going on then. But it's featuring Casey Lee Williams, Santee C, and Lamar Hall. So you've got Lamar Hall does all the hip hop stuff, obviously, right? Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
And then by Jeff Williams with lyrics, obviously. But so everyone ready for this? There's more bass line for you, Sterling.
It's a celebration.
Is this about to be some funk shit? Because I'm down. Let's play. Let's play it. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
It's called.
Oh shit! It is Celebrate. Holy fuck!
Oh my god, that's funny.
That alto sax right in there.
Okay, it's a bop already.
Is this just for the political subplot?
No. It was just the music at the party that was going on.
Oh, okay.
At the organization.
The rally.
Thing. Yeah.
There's no medication, there's no drug that can cure what I have.
That dance is female.
Relation is the only thing that's gonna make me feel. When I walk in the club and the beat's so strong.
Nice.
DJ's playing my favorite song, and there's no way that this feeling is wrong.
We
Our lines.
we do be vibing. We do be vibing. It's official.
Let's go crazy.
Oh, Penny. Fuck you, Bruce.
Not dead yet.
Whoa! Really? What was that about? Sly and the Family Stone?
Oh yeah. Get your eyes lead the hell on.
Sterling, I think we know what happened to that funky ball of tits from outer space.
Give me that funky milk.
Fucking milked it all over Bruno Mars's face.
Man, Ruby's face right there is very relatable at times. And Penny's as well.
Did Cheryl make both those faces before?
I am both of these faces on regular occasions.
Buzz on it too, yeah.
I ain't mad at any of this.
Nah.
Sterling and I were like, we know.
And trumpets.
I understood that reference.
I got the reference. Oh, Lamb Girl, my favorite.
Just a couple of drinks and I'm gone. Maybe with something nice to take
Hey.
home. Ain't no taking me out of my zone, especially when I'm on all this Patron. Come on,
see you,
let's
Paul.
see where this night
That's
can take us.
The key and bass interplay right now
So
is
much
just.
confidence they can't shake us. Sign so bright, can't no one
Sterling
mistake us.
understands.
Let me pull up to your bumper, baby. Have your girl saying questions so crazy. I got a question for you, lady. Say you got a name, what do you do?
Girl, dang.
Wow.
Don't hesitate. To a higher plane, let's elevate. Any problems, they better wait. Cause all I came to do is celebrate. Yeah.
Oh, it's done. It's over.
That's tasty. That key solo is tasty.
I'm getting my like, Bella Fleck and the Flecktones vibe out of that thing. A little funk bassoon right now. That's what it sounds like.
It does, though. You're not wrong.
Live in the quick, bro.
Oh, it's tasty. There it is, yeah.
I would like a dissertation from Bruce on brass. I see it. It's brewing. I see it.
Tell us about how the 90s killed sax.
Just Tower of Power. It's fine.
This feels very Jamiroquai to me, actually, the more I
I
look.
hear that too.
Yeah.
Cosign.
Like, not really 70s, just lovingly 70s.
Okay.
That trumpet,
course.
Christ, that trumpet.
So once again, I mean, all the stuff that's in there. And I need to go back and find out because usually when they do hornline stuff, there is actually there's a saxophone player that's friends with Jeff, who will go and write the hornline stuff or co-write it to go into the tune, and then he'll cover all the sax stuff, and then he usually will has a couple friends who will fill in like trumpet and stuff like that for the other parts, and they'll just record that remotely from wherever they are. One of the people that has done trumpet stuff in the past actually is one of the trumpet players from Diva, the big band. It's the all-female big band and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I've heard him.
yeah, and so like it's funny. I haven't asked her yet, but I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I'm like, "Do you remember playing for this particular thing before? Because it's killer." You know, like I've not reached out to her yet, but anyway, yeah. So, but you're right about the Jamiroquai thing. It's like weird. It's like Jamiroquai with some Sly, and then mixed with
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah,
I felt some
get that.
Isley in there,
Yeah.
too. There was some
Yeah.
Isley Brothers 100% in there, too.
like Isley, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's like it's a mashup of a bunch of stuff, which is like great.
But it's all like the good berries from each of those things. You're just like,
Okay,
oh, this
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So, but anyway, yeah. I mean, that's another tune where it's just easy to listen to. It's got the break. It's got
Yeah.
like kind of the hip hop breakdown in the middle.
Love
you know,
that.
Bar does. Yeah. Apparently, depending on how you look at it, Las Vegas is now canon in the RWBY universe or not. I'm not sure.
Which is funny because wasn't that actually diagenic in the show?
Yeah.
Oh, is the song? Really?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. This
There's
is
another
nice.
checkbox.
playing at the rally.
Oh,
Oh,
is
yeah,
that
It wasn't on there,
Diegetic.
actually, Matthew.
is Diegesis
Oh, really?
a checkbox?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
no, it's not. No.
Oh, no,
Wow,
it's not?
okay.
No. Maybe it's another set of words.
No, but to Cheryl, so like before we had to explain and very early on the difference between diegetic and non-diegetic music
Yeah.
Okay.
when it comes
yeah.
to shows and movies. So now it's become like a thing where it's like, okay, does everyone remember the definition? This is diegetic music, you know?
You will be quizzed on this later.
Yeah, exactly. Now I
Professor
feel like
Bruce is in. Yeah.
I'm back in music history class, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
would-
Vegas is definitely in vacuum.
yeah, I know that's my thought too. It's like if it's going to be anywhere, Vegas is going to be in vacuo. So one of the things this had the first Easter egg that I put into the lyrics.
Yeah, we saw.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I stepped out for some. But okay, good night. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing
Even
is,
I knew that one, Bruce.
well, no, that's fine. But when Jeff sent me all the lyrics, it was all in like lowercase. So I spelled it the same way that they do for the band
I see what you
When I-
did. Yeah. and you
when I put in. But I actually sent Casey a message and I said, I got 2 Easter eggs. I said, here's what they are, you know, and she was laughing about it. She's like, okay, that's cool. Let's keep that. That's, you know, that sounds good. So anyway, but yeah, and if you haven't heard Okay Good Night, what the hell is wrong with you? You need to go over and listen to it.
Right?
They're really fun.
It's
Their
such
first
a good
album was
album.
really good.
It's so good.
Showing some love. Yep.
Yeah, and we reviewed that one too. Actually,
Mhm.
oh, come to
That was
find
our
out,
first video,
Yeah.
actually.
That was one of the early ones. And well, yeah, one of the tunes was our first video, and then
Very, very first.
the album review was later.
Mm-hmm.
Their guitarist actually sent me an email a week ago. They have an album that's a separate band that he does, that he plays with up in Boston.
Mhm.
And he sent me an email saying, "Hey, we have a new album that's dropping
From Boston.
on such and such date, like at the end of the month, would you guys be interested in like listening to that? So he's going to send me all those tracks and stuff like that, so we can
And
we
the
can do this.
spider web,
We can do this same thing, and all 6 of us will have never heard any of it because it will
it
be a brand
continues
new
to
album.
grow.
Yeah,
I love
brand
it.
new, brand new
Love that.
album from a totally different thing altogether. So
Let's do it. Let's do
Hey.
it.
The only thing I was thinking of the whole time is, at least those of us in the South, if you ever had some collard greens and they've been sitting out for so long and they just get that funk and you just get that stink face, this whole time that song was, it made me so happy. Just like,
I think we were all doing that at some point. Yeah.
I got the face at the synth solo because that
I had to leave the room.
Shut up. Get out of here.
so after,
That
Oh,
synth
what-
solo.
what was the line, Paul? After George Clinton kicked the funk off the mothership,
That's it. Yeah.
it landed
So
in Jeff
act-
Williams' house.
Actually, this would be a question for Cheryl. Someone in the chat, Master Templar Shay, said, "How do you guys feel about postmodern jukebox?" I mean, I know, like, other than perfection, I'm not quite sure.
yeah.
What to
Yeah,
feel.
no, they're great. They
Yeah.
feature a lot of really powerhouse vocalists that I love. Haley Reinhardt being one of them. I would marry her tomorrow. Would absolutely just do that.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel, I'm off.
Go on.
I think. Let me just tell you, he's the kind of he'd be like, I get it.
It's like, that's fair. I get it.
I'm out.
Okay. Anything else? That one's just kind of a bop. It's fun as hell.
It
no
is.
matter what, so
It's a bop. We do be vibing. Just check all the boxes. We're good.
Yeah.
Pop crew cosigns that whole song.
Dance at a wedding.
the what? What'd you say,
So
Paul?
Dancing at a wedding.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's
totally.
very that.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if someone in this chat eventually, at some point in time, snuck that into their wedding.
They would.
It's like, why not?
100%.
Screw it.
Oh, at
Who's gonna know?
our 10-year revow, yeah, that's happening.
Oh yeah.
Is your first dance to Bumblebee then? Still.
Yes, sir.
I would pay the money.
We'll pay the fee for that one, bud.
The sad thing is, I
Sterling-
already
And
see it.
entrance. And,
Sterling
Yeah.
doesn't like controversy. Meanwhile, I like to wallow in it.
Bruce lives there. It's his
Oh, man.
code.
It's my home. All right. So next one. Next one is Until the End, and this was actually all written by Casey by herself.
ooh,
So
very
this is
cool.
this is her first thing where it's like,
We stand a multi-talented queen.
yeah. So like this is her whole thing where it's her tune outright. In fact, Jeff said, "Is be sure because they screwed this up. Like on Spotify, they always have, and on the streaming services and stuff, to keep everything searchable and in the same place. They
Right.
put Jeff as the composer for everything first, but it's not. He's like, I had no part in this kind of scenario. It's like, he might have played some stuff, or whatnot, but as far as like the writing of it, that's all Casey.
Real cool.
So,
Awesome. Totally
All right.
down.
all right. So, all right, here we go. And the scene that this happens in is actually towards the end of the last episode when there's a monologue about fear going on.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
A new day is gone without a trace. All memories are dark and light is fading. We try so hard, but what are we fighting for? We're losing all our strength. How can we give more? Time falls away, but pain always
Tasty.
finds a way to
already said.
I'm just checking.
stay. The tears
The reverb on this is insane.
I like the echo a lot.
Ridiculous.
may find
Wait.
a tree.
I put these lyrics specifically like this.
But only when you're strong.
Look like a tree.
because of something Jeff said.
promise
All right.
I'll be here until the end.
I still
I
think Casey might be in that,
promise
so
I'll be here
She is, I think.
until the end.
based on this song alone, I keep getting reminded.
Because the low end of home didn't give you a clue.
Oh,
Listen,
wait
no,
for it. Wait,
yeah.
wait for it. Just wait for it.
Well, I always.
Wait.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh, that chord note.
Oh.
I can talk and hear.
To live free or die, it's all the same.
Damn.
The enemy was right, there's no reclaim.
Oh yeah, she's mezzo as hell.
Right.
In waves of shame, we're desperate to make amends, but through a simple soul, we lie complacent. Love brings us dreams, but grief makes the heart burst at the seams. As light fills my eyes, I'll picture me beside her.
You
Pray
bastard.
that
Nice.
I'll inspire. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll
Her
be
falsetto
here
choices are so good.
They are.
I love that change up too.
Till our bodies break down every door, till we find what we've been looking for, and stare with pride into the face of fear. In our finest hour, I'll be standing here. And should we fall to darkness, this power I will harness. I promise I'll be here until the end. I promise I'll be here until the end.
Delicious.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to speak for everybody else, but this will go for both Casey and Jeff. We all know the whole prog rock thing is incredible, all that they do. But the second they stop and do a ballad, like, it's just tears just of joy.
it's-
Just, holy crap, that was awesome.
She's so, dude, it's so heavy. Ugh, she's so good. Those lyrics are so good. It's so good.
So I this particular tune, the beginning of it, the first half of this tune or the first third of it, it actually appears in the show, and then the rest of it was written later, you know, like everything else. And so, but that one lyric with the I just remember I sent something to Shannon. I sent something to Shannon.
Here we
I
go.
was like, hey, check this out. And the first thing, because of the fade in that I did of the other image, and when I did it and all that kind of stuff, so the first thing she types back to me is "you bastard."
That's literally what I said.
It's like it's a winner, you know.
I
That's
knew I'm
exactly
doing
what I
that.
said, yeah.
Yup.
That's really good. I liked it.
Sterling or Bruce, when you go back over this, just have a look. There's a moment when she hits a note on the piano out of nowhere, and every single one of us went. We're all just kind of talking about something else, and then it goes. You get a perfect screen cap of all six of us just like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like
I think I
picking
know
stuff
the
out of the
exact
air.
section you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite song.
Oh, absolutely, mine
It's
so
real
far.
good. Real good.
Uh-huh.
Ugh,
Yeah.
That hurts. I don't
Hey,
even
well-
know context and it hurts, and apparently I need to know context to make it hurt even more.
Well, and there's
But-
there's lyrics in here that are specific to the show. Maybe
Okay.
let's say total there's 4 lines that might be very show specific, but everything in here could literally be like just some ballad that you would put up, and everyone would be like, "Uh-huh, I get it," that kind of scenario or whatever. So, but yeah,
Yeah, and shout out to Casey, just from volume 1 to now, just how her voice has just matured to where it is now.
And
Oh, yeah.
evolved, yeah.
yeah. 'Cause
I know
she's-
Matthew has always like
She's
talked about it. but-
outrageously good.
Yeah, I think
I can't even express to you how good she is.
I mean, she just turned 20 or 21 this year, I think, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
She's
Get the
a
fuck
kid.
out of here. That's
So she's
crazy.
yeah, she's still her and actually all of OK Goodnight as far as I remember, but
They're all
she's still
kids.
a student at Berkeley, just doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the beauty that comes with her voice is the artful decision of knowing when to put all of your voice into the note or when to break it away into there's next to nothing. And it's normally these vocal choices are things that come naturally over time. And
Mm-hmm.
when you experience a gamut of emotions that kids don't usually, people don't experience unless they go through a lot of different shit in their life. And whether or not she is able to emulate all these emotions that are accessible at every age, artfully the song. It's
Mhm.
really something special.
Yeah. The way that she can be so delicate but so powerful at the same time is such a skill that so many vocalists just never get. You just never
Mhm.
get. Like you have to, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of talent to be that way, and it's just
Or
she's awesome.
or it's like a manufactured emotion. Like I don't want to.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't want to pick on opera because I dig opera. Some of my best friends play in operas and they're like killer.
Some of my best friends, they play opera. It's so great.
Well, no, I mean,
Did you know?
I mean, one of them's in this chat, Matthew, right? So the thing is like but half of opera is acting, right?
It's
Absolutely.
easy. It's very easy to manufacture opera.
Yeah, and so there's that. You can tell when, when you listen to musicians long enough, and when you've been in the game long enough, I guess you could say too, that you can tell when someone is acting the part, or when someone's actually they've figured out how to feel the emotion while they're doing it, and they're conveying the emotion at the same time. And this is one of the ones that's like, if she's acting the part, I would never have guessed it in a million years.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely.
I'm not saying she is, but if that were the case, it's done so well that I can't tell at all.
And I think Matthew would agree with this. There's definitely like 101 level character study through singing, but then there's 401 level character study through singing, and she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's nuances and there's detail that you can't explain at a basic level that are coming.
They're
through
extremely
the vocals.
obvious choices, which is not to say that they're necessarily bad choices, but they're obvious choices. Like, to go back to War real quick, picking certain words to grit, true, those
Of
sorts of
course,
things.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's a 101, 201 level character choice, which is valid. It's fine, but to be able to nail something like this takes a level of understanding of your own physical abilities, as well as an emotional reading of a text that is very, very impressive. And you can't fake it. You have to have that knowledge and that understanding of yourself and what you're trying to accomplish, and it's amazing.
I mean, I would put this. I mean, although this is a different genre of music or a different style of stuff, and for people that want to go explore later, it's the same thing that Joe Cocker and Janis Joplin can do, or could do, which is you can't fake that. You either feel it and you just do it, or you're lost, kind of thing. So anyway, yeah. Anything else on this one?
Yeah,
I just want to
nice-
say,
nice,
Everyone
delicious
good?
chord choices.
yeah,
That was-
Oh,
yeah.
in the middle section.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the cello comes in and then it kind of departs a little bit and comes
The
back
low
around.
strings, the addition of the low strings in that second half is very, very poignant. Makes it a real nice. I don't know. It hits even harder home.
I have a thing from chat.
Go on.
Oh.
As a Cheryl
Oh.
to a Sterling, you're not my supervisor! And we're good. Let's move on to the next song.
All right, so the next one is Fear, which everyone has heard this one. As far as like, you might not remember all of it, but every volume there's a tune within the closing credits, or at least one tune, but there's a tune within the closing credits that's complete, you know, just for that volume. And so this is the closing credits thing.
The EP versus the OP.
Fair.
For
Totally
animes. For animes.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is Fear. And I think this is another one where even if you had zero background of the show or anything else, this is completely relevant. Like,
I'll
Yeah,
be the judge
Cheryl.
of that, sir.
And I think Bruce's comment will still stand.
I mean, here we go.
Sweet little kid.
Or baby.
Good.
I'd understand if you'd rather not talk about this. There's always a chance that we might remain in ignorant bliss. Most of the time we coast along, safe from the storm. We follow our hearts, trust what feels right, keep to the norm. We are lucky
Ooh.
if
It's not shit. Do not. I swear.
Matthew and I will come get you.
Cheryl, shut the fuck up. I swear to God. Oh my God. That made my night. That was funny. The fucking Tiffany drums. I heard that.
I put Gent Forever in the chat.
I mean, agreed, but this is...
We stand arpeggios.
Yep.
There it is. Oh shit!
Yeah. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. So glad you could make it.
Octave. Nailed it. It was the correct choice there.
But our greatest
Yes, that
Yeah.
stands alone. That's a great metal song.
Yeah.
Just-
So
it's good.
I don't know if it's the apple juice, but I know Cheryl doesn't know these characters yet. But is this a Ozpin talking to Oscar kind of vibe, or?
Okay, so my thought on it is that
Yeah.
I think there's parts of this tune that are outright Oscar's development as a character. So it's kind of covering that part, but it's also, and I said this in the chat to someone that mentioned something, but it's also, but there's other sections of this tune that are just the overall vibe of the main characters and kind of what's going on overall. But there's certain parts of this, and someone had mentioned that they said they thought it was an Oscar tune to begin with, because the piano or the beginning of it actually has some of his motif in it, you know, starting out. So there's that stuff where it's coming from the score a little bit, you know, and carrying over into the OST for like the pop songs or whatever. And it's like, oh, you know, those little cues and stuff like that connect the show to the OST as opposed to it just being a standalone, like what we talked about before, Cheryl, like that kind of stuff too. So yeah.
Sure.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I mean, I'm sure there's 3 or 4 interpretations of what it could be, but that's just mine.
The textual exploration of fear is also just excellent. Like, fear as an emotion is just real good. Like, that's
Yeah, and so-
lyrically, it was good in a way that I feel like a lot of the other stuff, except for maybe until the end.
Okay, so funny you mentioned that, because when Until the End is playing in the show, there is an actual monologue by a main character about fear.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's at the very tail end of the show, right?
Okay.
Or of that season, actually. It's not just an episode, but it's at the very tail end, last episode of the season kind of thing. And then your closing credits song is Fear. So there is this continuity that goes like from until the end,
So
the monologue.
is Fear
until
the closing credit song for the whole season?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, what a juxtaposition from the opening.
Yeah,
That's a
you
really smart. That's a
you
cool
need to
choice.
watch this show.
I know. And we've talked about maybe me watching it and recording reactions to it too.
Yeah.
We've discussed that. We haven't like
Yeah.
The catch-up series.
basically,
Well,
like,
and here's the
it's
thing.
Girl Windy. We're gonna learn.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. If we do that, then we're going to put up a whole other like series of episodes of probably not all the individual ones, but maybe like volume 1 as a one chunk, because you know they're all like put together in chunks like that now. But yeah, but we could do something like that, because I know Daniel may or may not be interested in it. I know you and I have talked about it and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Well,
I'd
we've
totally
talked
do-
about the fact that you have not reacted to a lot of the earlier ones up to 7, like you were the cameraman.
Well, because I'd already seen them at that point.
Right.
Actually, Gustav saw a lot of them too, which is why he
Right.
wasn't in a lot of stuff in the beginning, because it was like, well, you know, we don't want to be disingenuous. And
Well, I had like just on my own was like, I'm gonna go back and rewatch this show because I liked it. And then like as I'm going through like season 3, it was just like, hey, we're gonna start reacting to this show. And I was like, God, all right, guess I'll catch you guys up with the later ones.
oh yeah, no, that's why all of us
Cool.
that's why all of us jumped in on, you know, towards the later part of it, because it was like eventually, you know.
Which means if Cheryl watches this, it's going to be insane for like season 8.
Nah,
We're gonna have like 9
No, when
people
you
in the
join
room.
when you join
Can
us for
rotate.
season 8, maybe.
It'll be something.
Well, if we're still in lockdown, we can just do a
It's-
massive
If we're still on lockdown, get out of here.
We
When that
probably will be.
Backstreet Boys reunion tour is still going
Yes.
Yeah, it's still going on, still going strong.
Slightly tangential, but poignant, and something I thought of while listening to this piece. For all my Final Fantasy fans out here, I think Casey Williams needs to be singing more Final Fantasy music. Either the stuff that's already made, or like whoever composes for upcoming games should keep Casey's voice in mind.
Check
Because
plus.
her voice is like exactly what like Nobuo Uematsu would want, or like whoever took over the artistic vision for those games.
It
Our
is
boy.
wild to me that you just mentioned
boy.
that, because the whole time I've been listening to this, I'm like, in the back of my head, I was like, this would fit somewhere, and I can't quite put my finger on where that thing is, and you just said it, and now it's like,
It couldn't be anything else. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff there that's just perfect for her.
I still can't say his name, so thank you, Matthew. I know we had that podcast with
Oh,
Paul,
yes,
so
that's
just
You don't
our
know how to
boy.
say whose name.
I want to hear Sterling say it.
You better go and listen to the podcast then.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you
See,
should.
there we go.
Yes,
Plug.
sir. Plug. Plug.
God.
Sterling, what's his name?
Noburu Uramatsu.
Jesus.
Almost.
Uru Orimatsu.
He is
Come
Close
on
enough.
now.
85%
Oh, yeah.
of the
I was
way.
born in Staten Island. What you expect? You know what I mean? Like, I mean.
By the way, for those that don't know, Cheryl kind of has an extra couple plus hit points on all this because she was a Japanese minor.
No, I was a Japanese double major actually.
Major?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
right?
So, okay,
So-
so,
Don't talk about it, but.
yeah.
大学で日本語を専攻しました。
わかり
Yeah,
ました
そう。
Which actually segue Cheryl. So Valashar said, "You damn well better, Cheryl," meaning react to the
Yeah,
show
I saw there
effect.
was a lot of comments about that, so I'll work on it. I promise.
Yeah.
Well, without putting any spoilers in, do you not feel that that is a real throwback to the Volume 2 and 3 soundtracks? If you took
Yeah.
that out stylistically and put it back into Volume 2 and
Oh
3,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
because they've progressed over the years, but that
Yeah.
wouldn't sound out of place.
Yeah,
And
'cause,
contextually, it works as well.
because someone actually, I mean, many people have said this. Someone in the chat brought it up too, back when we were on the first half of this. But I think it was "Let's Get Real" is or one of the tunes, brand new. I can't remember shit. Anyway, "Shine" Part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
'cause
right.
it's like oh, so
Divide
that's-
Part 2.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
there's like
Yeah.
it kind of trails along a little bit.
I hear that.
Okay. So moving
Sterling
on. Is
just
everyone good?
literally and
That's fine.
figuratively turned his back on us, by the way.
Yes.
Leave
Screw
them
that
in the
guy.
dust.
Yeah, I'm going to be right back. Are you going to do is it the acoustic one now, Bruce?
Yes.
Right, I'll just leave it with this for you boys. On your left.
Oh my god.
It sounds so much more. It sounds so much more real with an English accent.
It's
It sounds
his
a lot-
accent is so wonderful.
It sounds a lot scarier with an accent.
What, on your left?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I heard that and I was just like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, how's everyone doing since, like, I guess there's a bathroom break happening, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes,
Hi.
I
Okay,
Hi,
and
chat.
Raul, I'm not technically a weeb, so I
I am.
I'm very specific about the anime that I like. I actually got into my Japanese major with an interest in Buddhist philosophy and Japanese literature. But I do like a lot of anime that I would really deep dive and be a humongous nerd about. And I have seen, just so y'all know, I have seen the 4 trailers or the 4 proof of concepts for each character going into RWBY, and I have seen the very first episode. And I am interested in it, so we'll work on some kind of reaction, something, I promise.
What the hell is Sterling holding on to?
It's
Look.
funny.
Look,
It is
the
that
juice.
Quick Trip?
The juice was kicking in, kids. I needed some carbs. Get off my back.
Why do you think I've been eating a bag of pretzels this whole time?
What is that, like a Little Caesars breadstick? What is that?
It's a Papa John's garlic
It's one-
breadstick.
it's one
First
of
off,
It's one of them glizzies.
you know what I mean?
Put kid speech in there.
Now, I only say Little Caesars because when Sterling and I were roommates
Oh,
and
shit.
poor
Here
as
we go.
shit, that was like a staple. It's like,
During the lean times.
yeah, during the Kenny times.
Also,
Don't forget grape drink.
Community Gamer. Wait a second, real quick, from chat. Community Gamer, I see your question about chromaticism, and we will talk about that. That's fair because we throw that term around a lot.
Yes, we do. Do we need to redefine it?
Actually,
Yes,
real quick,
sounds like it.
Paul.
Yep.
Do you have a keyboard handy that
I do.
plays out loud at all? or-
Out of
I do.
frame.
I
Right.
do. Hold up.
Okay.
You know, it's funny, Paul, you say that. I don't have mine here either, because normally my keyboard's right in front of me. It's in my
It's right
phone.
here, but it's not
I
plugged in at the moment.
I
Mine
can
have
is
it.
from
try-
1992,
I can
and it
try
apparently doesn't
something.
want to work right now.
I love
I can-
how
I can-
all of us musicians, and there's no keyboard within
I
reach.
got no. I have
No,
one,
it's-
it's just whether or not I can pipe it through.
Mine's
Yeah.
just not plugged in.
Right there.
Yeah, because I've got an 88 key MIDI controller in front of me. Hold on. Here we go.
All right,
See?
let's everyone
Ta-da.
show off our rigs.
Everybody show their pianos.
Lights in the car.
Some of us play more than one instrument, Sterling.
And let me try.
I do too. Here's my keyboard.
Also
Okay.
for fairness, I play more than one instrument, and you keep calling me a vocalist. So fuck off, Bruce. Excuse you.
I do that because I love
Matthew
you.
did start.
It
Matthew
matters
did
more
start
for
off-
me. It
Matthew
definitely
started
matters
off
more
life-
for me. Oh.
Yeah, Matthew started off life as an alto sax player, so just let that be your judge from now on.
And I started
Also
off as a flautist, which confuses everyone. Personally.
Also not
That's right.
true. I started off as a pianist.
I started off on tenor sax and bass clarinet. Look where I am. So,
Yeah.
You're also
Who's-
black.
He's-
bruh, bruh.
Hey, my thing literally froze as soon as I said you're black. The
I
whole
can
thing
fix
froze.
it. I can fix it.
To be fair, the first minute I started playing bass, I'm like, oh, this just feels right. God damn it.
It's like,
So-
damn it. Paul, you've got a piano up, right?
Yeah, so the way I've got it set up, I can't hear it, but I hope you can.
We can.
Is it-
Yes,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
hear
we
it.
can.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So you have to some chromatic movement in terms of
Okay,
notes.
so Paul, can you just like if you just played like a major scale, which everyone probably knows. Yeah,
That's
so
a C major scale.
yeah, so a major scale, and then but chromaticism would be using the half steps, the in between notes of the scale that you normally wouldn't hear.
If you're looking at a keyboard, you play the black keys too.
Black keys matter.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fair, especially in chromaticism. So
It is always about race.
yeah. We're canceled. That's it. We've been canceled.
We did one massive live stream and it's done.
Yes. So when you employ using chromatics in music and in a song, and in particular sort of like a poppy rocky kind of song, it's a really good way to build tension or release tension. If you go up, it kind of builds. And
Giggity.
if you go down, it kind of releases. And so it's a really good, effective way to express a sort of emotion that ties in with the lyrics, maybe, to kind of get the feel you want. It's sort of an escalation or a de-escalation. So it's a really common, especially in the sort of rock that is similar to what is in the RWBY soundtracks. It's a very, very common sort of like musical element, and when you hear it, you sort of key in like, I see what like the intent is here. Is that fair? Good explanation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Those,
Sure.
yeah. Because like when you hear even though it's another scale, what makes it different than just a regular major scale is the chromatic movement in it. But if you ever hear a blues scale, or you hear someone play like blues music or something like that, there's notes that you play within that scale as you're improvising on average that aren't normally in the key that you're in, but it's those, like the tritone is the blue note, when you're playing a blues scale, like that's what makes it sound that way. So, but anyway,
So chromatic scales have like 12 notes. Regular scales have like 8 notes, and blues
Using
scales a lot of
Western.
times have about 5 notes in Western music, which is, if you're listening to like rock and pop and stuff, that's usually what you're
Yeah.
doing.
yeah. So
Yeah, generally, when you improvise, and it's where you land that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Pinch points. Whatever you do in between is kind of more flexible, but if you hit a certain point where everyone's in agreement on this point and you don't match them, then it's not, you're just playing a wrong note. It's not a blue note. You're just wrong.
Jazz, the art
Wow,
of
how
playing,
dare you?
remember,
the art of making wrong notes sound right.
well, whenever you're improvising and you actually do hit a wrong note, because of the way scales work, especially when you're improvising like blues and jazz and stuff like that, just go a half step up or a half step
Slide
down, and
in.
you're back
Right,
where you
slide in.
need to be.
It's
You're
just a
Yep.
suspension. It's just a suspension. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
You're a half step away from happiness at all times. So
It's true.
Let's just hit it, land, and stay. Let's just stay.
So famous story about Louis Armstrong. He was playing improvising a solo, and he played a B natural instead of a B flat in the key that he was in, which sounded horrible. So to make the first one sound on purpose, he played B natural 3 more times in the same solo, and be like, no, the first one was that was on purpose.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys ready to move on?
Yeah.
We're ready to move on.
Cool. So so this is I May Fall acoustic. So it's the acoustic version of a tune that had shown up in the Volume 1 OST, but wasn't used in the show until Volume 3. This is when Velvet like showed like her battle strategy, like what she could do. You know, if you want to remember back that far. But anyway,
Who sings this?
still Casey.
Yes. Okay. Work. All right. Go
And
ahead.
for the life of me, I cannot remember, but the string quartet that is playing during this is an actual string quartet that actually does a lot of video game transcriptions and other things like that, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry I cannot remember the name of the specific group. I'm sure somebody in a chat somewhere will figure it out and put it in there. But
And correct us, like
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
in the comment section.
Yeah. I mean, I would-
String Quartet.
Vidiri, yeah. So they're actually the ones that are playing the string quartet stuff, and they actually do some video game covers and stuff like that. So it's kind of a perfect fit for anime, video game, and whatnot. But it is Casey singing. It's an acoustic version of a tune from before, and we're borrowing this video from ModernCamEraGuy.
I want to call this. I think this is going to be RWBY's "On Your Left" moment in Volume 12.
Oh, okay.
Backup
Now I see
speakers.
why you said that.
You heard it here
my
first.
God.
I
The
mean,
prediction is real.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that. I'll totally buy that. All right, so here we go. There's some dead silence at the beginning, I know.
Sweet
So
Velvet.
loud. Those are
Wish we had
certain
more
years.
time
There's a
with
day when our hearts will be broken, when the shadow
Black and white,
casts
slow
out the
motion.
light, and our eyes cry a million tears.
For the record, out of the Volume 1 stuff, this is like one of my favorite tunes out of the Volume 1 stuff, like the original. So I appreciate this version too.
Courage collapses, and our friends turn and leave us behind. Creatures of darkness will triumph, the sun won't rise.
Ooh, her high notes are so good.
Mm-hmm.
And succumb
And when you watch this, Cheryl, you'll get to hear how she sounded way back
as the
when.
skies
But she
Oh,
sang,
that'll be a fun little.
she sang it when she was younger too.
Yeah, like 12 and 13, she sang it.
God damn, dude. I can't even imagine.
I may fall,
Oh God, so
but
good.
not like this. It
Oh,
won't
now
be
I remember.
by your hand. I may
Sterling, you're a fucking mess.
this place, not
Hi, Mouse. I love you.
I may fall, bring it on. It's not enough to
Interesting
take
fact I've just been fed. The arrangement for this was posted by Aaron Riley.
Oh,
Really?
Erin Riley, whatever her name is.
Another one we stand as
But
a
that was it.
talented queen.
There's a place where we'll stand out.
I cannot express to you how
where the
fucking good
wolves
Casey is,
and the
though.
soulless will
Yeah, she's
rise.
turned into something really
In the
special.
time of our final
Sorry, I'm enthralled with the arrangement. The instrumental parts are just so good.
dream dies. There's a place where our shields will lay shattered, and the fear's all that's left in our hearts. Strength and our courage will run out. We fall apart.
In the original, this was Jeff's verse because it was a duet.
Interesting.
And it goes back to Casey.
Forsake our friends when the moon is gone.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha.
Psych.
Ha ha. Mood jokes.
I may fall.
Making a choice with the melody is so good.
Thanks, Bruce. I like that. Oh wait, this is somebody else's video.
Mm-hmm.
I like their little touch here. That's funny.
That violin.
Yeah.
The violin's doing what the guitar solo did in the original. Pretty much. no
Oh. And I find a lot of times those things can be interchangeable. Like really easily.
Oh yeah.
The band Muse is the best example of that. All of his guitar solos could be on a violin.
Changes of
Throwing it out there.
life when we do something
Thank you,
no
Bruce.
one else can.
Yes.
And the path that we've taken
Oh, you don't know what you've just done,
lead
Cheryl.
us one
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at you, Raul.
step.
Is this a cappella?
There's a moment we make make a decision not to cower and
Thank
crash
God.
on
So
the
good.
ground.
Thank God.
The moment we
Get ready for
face
it.
our worst demons, our courage found. When we stand with friends and we won't retreat, as we stare down death and the taste is sweet. I may fall, but not like this. It won't be by your hand. I may fall, not this place, not today. I may fall, bring it on. It's not enough to take me down. I may fall. I may fall. I may fall. I may fall.
That was so
That's
good.
real good.
Oh,
So-
Real good arrangement.
It real good.
So let's being that we were all, or might as well have been music majors, you know, or understand the background that happens. For
That's
music
so
majors.
generous. Thank you.
No, I mean it's. But
all right, you get an honorary one, yeah.
no,
Engineer
meaning
over here.
yeah, but meaning that like you know what music majors have to do. You
Correct. I do
Right.
know that. Yes.
yeah. So at what point in time are we going to just make plans to crash Casey's senior recital?
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry. Is that an option?
if that's an option, I want to be there for it.
I mean, let's just crash your senior recital and
Yeah.
just sit in the
Also,
audience.
this song 100% tells me A, she is a mezzo,
Yeah.
and
started
B.
to
guess. Yeah.
Did you say you guess? Why do you guess?
Because he doesn't know vocal shit.
Yeah, because I don't. That's not my thing. I mean, if you wanted the
So-
difference between soprano, alto, tenor, and contrabass
So
trombone,
yeah,
I'm
Don't
there,
don't
but-
teach
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Don't
It's what I'm
teach
saying,
him.
but I just understand. But well, we reference it a lot, so for the viewers at home.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not about the notes that you hit necessarily, because like I can belt up to like an E5. I don't know why I choose to do that, but I can.
Oh,
It's
why?
not
That sounds
pretty, but I can
painful.
do it.
Very painful.
But it's sort of where you're the most comfortable and where your voice is the richest, and it doesn't mean she can't sing high. I just think she's most comfortable in the range that would typically be a mezzo soprano range. And for also, I don't know if you guys have talked about female vocal stuff in the past or not, but there's contraltos are the
No.
lowest,
Yes,
and
we
then you've
have.
got mezzo sopranos, and then you've got sopranos who are the highest, and there's different like versions of each of those things. Like there's like it's kind of granular within that, but those are the three big vocal types, and I think she lands squarely in the middle because she's so rich in her low end. It just sounds so good.
Yeah, and
But she
when
can
you-
get on up there, and I ain't mad at her.
when you go back at some point in time, I mean, obviously if you want to watch the series and stuff like that, but if you go back and you listen to some of the previous tunes, there were some low ass notes that she settles on quite easily. So yeah, so anyway, just FYI, you can keep an eye out for that
Yeah.
later.
I think
She's changed as well because she said to us, Bruce, that there's stuff in volume 1 and 2 and 3 that she couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Oh.
normal. I mean, I
Yeah.
wrote stuff when I was in high school that I absolutely cannot sing anymore. I mean, I can do it. It just doesn't sound as good as it did when I was in high school because your voice changes.
Yeah.
But my voice has always been super low. You can kind of hear from my speaking voice.
Your government
Yeah.
voice.
My
Your
government
government.
voice. No, actually, my government voice is more friendly because it's funnier to like be friendly on the phone with people and then
Friendly
be
yet
sad.
sarcastic.
it is hilarious to hear her talk to her boss and then immediately answer the phone. And you're like, those are two different
I'm
people.
like, fuck you, boy. Hi, hello, how are you?
See, and that's an
So-
that's an interesting social commentary because that means in
Mhm.
American society it's ingrained that higher speaking women are less threatening.
A wild Daniel has
and
appeared.
right, and I know that. Yeah, and then a wild Daniel appeared. That's my boyfriend. He's super great. And
Hey,
also,
boyfriend.
my cat that you guys liked stole his chair, so he's gonna have to move her. So maybe she'll come back. I don't know.
Doubtful.
Good song. I like that one.
That song's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was a really good arrangement. I was listening to the strings the whole time.
It'll be really interesting. I mean, I know everyone here except Cheryl's heard it before, but it's really interesting to go back and listen to the original and immediately listen to the acoustic, because the intensity is all still there, but in a different way, and that's really hard to pull off for some people. And I think that's really cool how it ends up. It ends up kind of translating anyway. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
She's super duper duper versatile in both her range and her styles. And I'm also, as I've said before, and will like quintuple down on, I am very excited to see how her voice evolves, especially into her mid 30s.
Oh hell yeah! I am comfortably mid 30s, and I definitely feel like I have come into my own in my voice in the last 2 or 3 years in a way that I didn't. Even when I was I was in a band with Sterling, and so when we mentioned that, we were in a 90s cover band together, and I sang a lot of 90s grunge kind of music, and we didn't have to transpose any of it because I could sing a lot of the guy parts, like tenor parts are easy for me. Like that's no problem.
The joys of a contralto, I love it.
And I feel like I've come into my own in my voice in the last couple of years. It's definitely, being a vocalist is a journey over the course of your life, and hers is a journey that I'm really excited to kind of see how it goes, because she's phenomenal, you guys.
I was like,
I can't even.
When was that? Was that our early 20s? Question mark. I don't remember.
That was no. It was late because we were.
No, that wasn't your early 20s.
No, it wasn't.
Bruh, I don't remember. Like
that's what I'm saying.
That
It wasn't.
was 2010 to 2013.
it's
So,
still
no, it
all a
was
blur to me. That's why I
mid to
asked the
late.
question. Like, when was that?
Yeah, I could totally see how it was a blur for you.
I mean,
Yeah, there was a lot of alcoholic gigs. So here's the thing about a cover band.
moving on.
You play at bars a lot.
I still play at
like-
bars a lot and it shows.
You spend your whole paycheck on the tab.
No, we go over, son. Get it right.
Oh no! All right, viewers out there, please don't do that. For the love of God. No. No.
All right, so we've come to the
The scores?
Goose's favorite part, which is going to be the scores. And
Score
so
study, my favorite.
yeah.
You shut the fuck up, Matthew.
I love score study, and I was saving that voice for you.
So the thing is, so in my study, that bookcase is filled with nothing but orchestral and vocal scores. Like, that's all
Was
that's
the
in there.
stack of LPs that you kicked all scores?
It's LPs. So no? What are you asking?
No.
He's asking if all the records are all of symphonic work.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
funnily,
Matthew gets me. We're already he and I are good. We're
Okay.
already good.
funnily enough,
It is
the second-
it's also
No, no.
worth a classical musician to instead focus on the jargon being wrong instead of the topic at hand, which
So-
I find exceptionally funny.
What's actually funny
Yes.
is this stack that I kicked was actually a stack of Herb Albert and Tijuana Brass albums.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I've got
Oh,
two quick things. First of all, with the Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, on the first album, there was only Herb Alpert, and the Tijuana Brass did not exist yet. Those were all players from the Wrecking Crew.
oh really?
shit.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, those were all players from the Wrecking Crew back in the day that did that.
Because it was just Herb Albert. The Tijuana Brass didn't really exist until later on.
Yeah, but
This-
those first the brass parts and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
that was Wrecking Crew people. The second thing is Valashar, referring to Sterling, says he's a bassist. They have more idle time to fill in a gig. And I know for a fact that
Ouch.
Sterling has a wireless system and has walked over to the bar while playing the gig to get a drink and walk back up to the stage while still playing the instrument.
That is smooth as fuck. I cannot lie.
Fucking legend.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
co-sign
legend.
that.
It
Co-sign.
happens.
That is legendary.
Hard co-sign.
Although I'm lazy
Okay.
now and I have an RC30 and I'll just loop it and just don't even care. But that's
So
Wow.
God bless you.
that's right. When it comes
Jesus.
That's
When it-
shameless.
when it comes to Sweet Home Alabama, he just loops it so he can go to the bar and come back. Since it keeps repeating.
That's
Right.
really funny.
All right,
That's
so
amazing.
someone brought up something in the chat earlier, and they're bringing it up now, so I just want to address it real quick.
Mhm.
So we're not doing the Nevermore remix because the thing we wanted to really focus on was Jeff and Casey and Alex and the tunes that they created, and and so when they decide to recreate their own tunes, meaning like say the acoustic for I Might Fall, we're really interested in that to see what the actual writers of the tunes do differently to still produce something but change the affect of it for people.
Mhm.
And so we really weren't going to do, and we haven't done them in the past. We did one of them early on, but we really never got into doing the remixes because that's not the creators of the tune actually reimagining their own creation. Does that make sense? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why we're not doing the Nevermore thing.
It's about source.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So you're doing score stuff?
there's 4 scores.
And set.
So,
Oh, I
get
knew. God.
Well, I sold print music for a
As-
living, so
as a
I'm gonna go
side
to the
note-
bathroom now.
Matthew immediately puts his clown nose on.
So as a side note,
You
the amount of times I've actually had to play Lincoln Portrait is ridiculous. So anyway,
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I mean, how many years at a music festival plus college plus everything else and whatever. Every 4th of July, Lincoln Portrait. So, although Oral Moses did the best narration for Lincoln Portrait.
Oh, I bet he
That's
would.
Yeah.
facts.
Instead of President Pat with his Han Solo frozen in carbonite looking face.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I haven't even heard it, and I'll co-sign that. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, okay, so the scores are going to be Into the Mines. And what we've done is, so Mitch, who runs Changyuraptor, Changyuraptor, the YouTube channel.
Is that how you say his handle? Oh.
That's my best guess.
I've always
He'll
looked at
let,
it for,
In the chat?
he'll let us know. He'll
I've
let
always-
us know.
I've always looked at it for so long and been like, Chandragupta. That's not it. That's not it at all.
That's not it at all.
Fucking it up horribly.
So what he does a really good job about taking the actual scenes from the show, killing all the volume, and lining up the score with exactly what was happening in those scenes. Because sometimes what happens is you have the score and then it switches to a different scene and comes back, so it has to change. But for example, the first one, Into the Mines, it goes between scenes, let's say, and so, but he lines it all up. So all the visual cues are there for the musical cues, and everything lines up. So I thought it'd be so I thought it'd be really cool to watch his videos of just the score lined up with actually what's happening in the show at any given time, and then you can see those cues and stuff like that. Because to me, that's when it comes to writing for a show, and we've told Alex this. Paul, you and I had talked to Alex when we had interviewed along with Goose. It's lining up those visual things with the music is sometimes easier, sometimes harder, but it's really important to convey like what's going on as a total package. So anyway, so the first one is Into the Mines, and then we're going to go to Party Crashers. Then the next one would be Then You Trained Us, and then the last one is I Refuse to Starve. So we're going to do those 4.
Okay.
And they're all pretty short, but the way Mitch lines them all up is great. So
Okay.
And Alex has got one eye on the stream, so it'd be nice.
yeah. No, and
Hi, Alex.
I knew this ahead. I knew this ahead of time. I didn't want to say anything until he decided to pop up or not,
Yeah.
because no stress. Don't fuck up the analysis of the score, guys. Yeah.
'Cause that would never happen.
I like the notes. The notes taste good.
It sounds pretty. I like
you
the strings.
Would you say they're tasty?
I did. I said the notes taste good.
Well, that doesn't count. It has to be tasty for the bingo.
I think you got it in the first 30
I got
seconds.
it a while back.
Okay.
Somebody
Just check
check
it.
that box off. Now I even called myself out for bingo. So have faith, Bruce.
Okay.
And the rest of the chat got it.
No, it's fine. I've just been juggling 3 or 4 things. So.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So here we go. Into the Mines.
Amoria.
Damn it.
Go on.
water phone in this one?
No, but I had a point about that for Party Crashers.
Okay.
Feels just a bit like Halo. Not a lot, but just a little.
Oh man, they're old outfits. Oh, Thanos must have snapped.
What the hell?
Cheryl is very confused.
No, like you're Thanos now.
Oh.
Yes, Nora, my favorite. Oh, I miss her. Avengers? Welcome.
You never say it.
Oh.
And Horn is the perfect choice.
Yeah, I was about to say Horn's dope.
When is French horn not the best choice?
When it comes to bass and contrabass trombone stuff.
No, fair. You know what? I'll give you that.
Well,
I'll give you that much.
I will co-sign on that one.
Yeah, the fucking centipedes. Fuck, I hated these things.
I like good string fuckery. I'm into this.
I heard that,
all-
Sterling.
It's also a gun.
Yeah.
The fucking boomerang chainsaw.
That's an OP power.
I think so.
I was talking to Alex actually earlier today, and listened closely for the 7-string guitar.
Man,
Alex
these-
actually said, "Wait for it."
Oh.
This is how you build tension, y'all. This is how that works.
Zelda boss battle.
I was just about to say that.
So true. In Shadow of the Colossus.
I hear it.
Wow, it's tension building. It works.
Your Quicksilver moment.
Yeah. So this is Alex playing guitar, if I remember right, too.
Oh, fuck, really? Nice. Hell yeah.
I got you, Raul.
Here's the Ultron moment of the scene.
Right?
Fucking surround. Yeah.
Show me your moves.
Get all the visual cues with the music.
It makes a world of difference.
Oh, yeah.
There's that
Tiger.
uppercut.
Yeah, squad.
Gaga.
Nice.
Good.
good.
So
Anytime I
someone-
hear pinch harmonics, that just makes me smile. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you me?
Get out of my head, Charles.
Bury that.
Someone in the chat
Also-
says we don't talk about Alex as much as everyone else, but he's just as good as a vocal talent. You goddamn right he is.
Fucking
Damn right.
seriously.
So that's like the first thing I've heard, and I will co-sign that forever because that was real good.
I was genuinely disappointed in past albums when we weren't able to handle the scores either for time constraints or other reasons. Because I was like, I remember the score being so fucking good. So I'm so glad we can double down with our time and be able to fucking
Mhm.
give justice to the genius that he's putting out there.
Right.
absolutely.
And there's
Mhm.
and you might hear this in like a couple of the ones we do, but you know and I don't say this because he's all of us know as much as anyone else that when a composer borrows something or has an idea from something else, I mean, let's be honest, like the entire trumpet solo in Shostakovich 5 was in the movie Gladiator, like almost note for note. So it's like
Y'all.
you get influenced and you borrow from the greats because you're paying them homage kind of thing. It's not I'm going to rip that off because it sounded cool.
Yes.
You know, and there's a couple moments where like I'm listening to Alex's stuff and I'm thinking, is that Elliot Goldenthal or is that Howard Shore or is that, it's like if you were to
Right.
put it in front of me, like the influence is there, but also the individual like kind of notes. I say notes not in a musical sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Are put in
The-
there, and it's like it's just different enough where you're like, it sounds like
It's the
Howard
flavor.
Shore, or it sounds like so, but it's not, and I don't know why, but it sounds so damn good, and it's like, and that's why.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
is blushing like a schoolgirl in the chat. It's awesome.
Let me just tell you though, like
Baby boy.
it's correct.
It's so
Like that's yeah. I mean, who doesn't like? We're at the point in music, like in Western music, where everybody's borrowing. Like that's just where we are on things, and if it works, it works. But put your stamp
Right.
on it, and I feel like that's what happened here, and I'm pleased with it. It's very good.
Absolutely.
You have earned Cheryl's approval.
I have never even seen anything beyond the first episode. And I'm like, yes, work, queen. Yes.
Yeah, right. It's like
It's just good, If you know music, it's good.
Alex goes, I steal everything. LOL. James Horner.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. Why not? It's there. Don't.
As an old professor told me, good musicians borrow, great musicians steal. So
It's true.
Yo.
Work. Yes, absolutely.
Was
And
that
then-
Work.
And
was
then
that Randy
Purcell-
Hunter?
it was actually.
I know
then
Randy.
Purcell-
Randy and
then
I played in a big
Purcell-
band together. I know him where
I
I know
used
him
to
well.
administer Randy's lessons.
That's hilarious. It's a small world after all.
What were you going to say there, Matthew? I heard you.
All
creeping.
Goose has something to say. All I was going to say was, and that's why Purcell stole from himself,
Yeah.
because all of his shit
Fact.
is just him stealing from himself.
Ain't
That's fair,
broke,
that's fair.
don't fucking fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally fair.
exactly. That's yeah. Yeah. That's all I was gonna say.
It's so bad. Oh my god.
So the next one is Party
oh, wait,
Crasher.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about the stuff we loved? Oh, I
Yeah,
was
go
really
ahead.
good. I know it's common. It's a lot of Goose. You can help line up with how common or uncommon it is, but just the simple action of using chromatic tremolo to display tension, the rising and fall of tension, especially for all of the monster fights, was just wicked to me because I hear that used so much in build up, but so often when the action starts to kick off, I've heard a lot of other composers fall away to something else. And Alex did that when we hit the boss fight, but all of the tunnel fight was this gross sense of discomfort the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fact that they were fighting insects or like insectoid
Yeah.
creatures really brought that home in such a unsettling way.
Well, because I sounded like he was doing, I forget what the term is, but there's a term for like when things are continually going up, when the upper part disappears out of your hearing range, there's something below that's coming up below it, so it's just this constant rising
Ah.
sensation. I forgot what the term is, but in music it's designed to where like you constantly feel like you were just it's perpetually going up, even though you're not actually going up. Things fade out and then the bottom one comes in. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but there was that kind of feeling was happening underneath. Like you weren't really listening to it as much as you were feeling it throughout the music. So when you got to, the big bad evil guy hanging off the ceiling, and all of a sudden everything else dropped out, and all you hear is the strings finally doing that one last pass, going up to the head turn and the Zelda boss reveal was 100% on point.
Masterful.
So Alex just said, yeah, it's a shepherd's tone. It's like,
That's what
aha,
it was. Yeah.
that makes sense now. Shepherd's
Yeah.
scale, yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, and I was gonna
I was
say
just watching
too.
a video on it the other day and I forgot. No, you're good.
No, but I was gonna say. I know I mentioned it on one of Paul's podcasts before, but Alex has a very John Williams to where whatever's going on screen, and I know the editing helped, but whatever's going on the screen, that apple juice
On that screen.
is reflected
that
on the
screen.
music too. Because even prior to all the insects and stuff, when they were getting re-equipped, like it had that kind of military, hey, we about to go to, we getting new weapons and stuff. So
It gave me I think was it Alex that James Horner, like the when they were doing like at the beginning of that with the military stuff, gave me a very deep impact prepping for the end of the world, like the kind of the military trying to do stuff, like specifically the Deep Impact soundtrack had some moments that reminded me of that particular soundtrack.
Did you say Deep Impact?
I fucking love that soundtrack, bro. That is such a good soundtrack.
That's one of the that's one of the few movie titles that could be an other movie title and no changes be made.
It's true. It's very true.
I think it was better than Armageddon, just plot wise and just like, but
Oh, 100%. But
it was so much. But the soundtrack for Deep Impact is so good. It's just it's underrated. And
I'll
so
have to go listen to it.
I listen to it. I love it. It's so good.
Okay. No. Underappreciated gems are part of what's fun about these kinds of channels. So that will
oh hell yeah, absolutely.
that'll
And
go
it's
on my
right-
watch list.
And it's just at the tail end of James Horner's fan of like the flute, the whew kind of flute thing where he's like the attacking flute sound, like in Zorro, Titanic. Part of Wrath of Khan actually has that too, but it's just at the tail end of that kind of like aggressive shakuhachi, like fall off ethnic flute sound.
The fact that you said shakuhachi, I'm like so happy. Like people forget what that is.
It's such an excellent instrument.
Well, and that used to be a joke between me and some friends at University of
Oh.
Oklahoma, where it was like a flute player would play something, and this clarinet player I was roommates with would look over and go shakuhachi. Like it didn't matter. It didn't matter what it was. It was like it could be Telemon. And it was like you would like say it anyway. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's good.
All right. So next score is Party Crashers, which will be
I
obvious.
remember what's happening.
Yeah. Now there's something really cool about this is when they switch scenes and the score is still going on,
Ah.
the tone of the, I don't want to say tone in a musicality way, but literally in like flip the switch so it sounds like it's coming through.
Oh, coming from outside the building?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I fucking love when people do
So-
that.
Yeah.
So you'll see it when it happens, or hear it rather. But so
Yeah.
here we go.
In modern music, it's when
No, go ahead.
okay. In modern music, it's when people use megaphones against a microphone.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
So it starts out like this and then like morphs, which is great too.
they either turn all the levels down or fucking mess with it.
Ooh.
Right there.
There it is.
Put your pinky rings in the air.
Time to go, bitch. Fuck 'em up.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck
There it
'em
is,
up.
Goose. You missed it.
Oh, I heard it. I heard the water phone. I heard it.
Ooh. The sound of death.
Yeah.
There it is again.
How the fuck?
We stand arpeggios in this channel. At least I do.
It's all over here, yeah.
And there's the chorus. There's the chorus. With the pseudo-Latin text.
I like it. I like it.
Baktos strikes again.
Yep. There it is.
And there's bass or contrabass trombone in the
I heard
background.
that. I heard that.
Alex, I see you.
Yeah.
Come on,
I had-
niche
Aw.
instruments.
That's right. We actually kill people in this show.
Oh my god, spoilers! Not really, I don't care, it's fine. It is about the journey, not the destination.
Oh my god.
I just told someone that in the chat that you and I thought alike when it comes to that.
Yeah, very that. It's very Buddhist. We're very that.
This is Alex's box sauce.
Yes.
Tyrion, Alex.
Yeah.
He just put the lyrics in the chat. That he selected.
How are y'all so good at channels? I'm so proud of all of you. We got lyrics in the chat?
Oh, this fan base is committed.
Oh yeah.
Real committed.
Wait, did Alex put the lyrics in the chat?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
yep.
sure did.
I mean, still, yeah.
I can't see the chat, so I have no idea.
One thing I like about this show that always complements the music, you know, back and forth too, is that they're so good with expressions and emotions in the animation department.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially now that there's more computing power that they can use for that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Specifically, minute facial detailing
Yeah.
makes a world of difference.
So
Nice.
So one of the things about this that when I mentioned that sounds like a bass trombone, contrabass trombone down in the basement in that one section, like it sounded very much like when Elliot Goldenthal did certain tracks, or he did the whole score, but certain tracks from Interview with a Vampire,
Vampire. I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Ooh, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
where
It's-
it's
Wrong.
like it's just like these pedal or low B naturals and or low C's that are just like edgy for affect, that are just sitting down there and stuff like that. So there's parts of this, like kind of like what we were talking about with like Howard Shore and whatever else. There's parts of this where it's like the because the arpeggiated stuff sounds much like the harpsichord stuff from like Interview. You know, where it's just it puts you on edge, and then there's this bunch of brass affect, but not necessarily like chords that might be happening and stuff like that. So anyway, that's all I've got for it. I'll let you guys talk about it, but that was one of the things that really stuck out to me quick, being that is my instrument. So like I really appreciate when that kind of stuff comes around.
This is more for textures and the changing textures of orchestrally from strings to adding the brass to the chorus. Like that's more what caught my ear was atmospheric changes within the orchestration is more what I
Yes.
catch on to.
Hey Goose, what's a water phone?
So, it's
Oh, I had something for that too. Yeah.
so basically it's a giant cone. One version of it is a big cone that has like the metal rods around the edge, and you just one version of it is you bow the metal rods, and then you get that. Bruce, does anyone have like a sound cue of that pulled up that we could do? Just kidding. It's that weird.
I mean,
How high budget do you think this shit is? Like, come the fuck on.
Bruce said he had something for it, so I don't know.
You met us? What the fuck?
It's that weird spine tingly sound that you hear.
The
Yeah, yeah,
Matrix.
So no,
Yeah.
I know what that sound is, but I have a question because I know another instrument that makes that kind of sound as well by a different name. And
What
the
do you
name-
know it as?
I not that sound, but I know an instrument. It was created 6 years ago, so it may not be like the instrument that everybody uses. There's an instrument called the Yabahar, spelled Yaybahar.
Babar?
I am
No.
Googling furiously.
Right. So I just happened to see it on social media like a while ago. that also created like alien matrixy creepy noises, and I was wondering if there was any connection between the instrument I know and this water phone.
Probably. It's probably an evolution of that, but the water phone is the originator of that sound effect for these things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or
So that was-
aquaphone, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a low register theremin kind of situation
You mean for
Yeah.
the one Matthew talked about?
for the that's what that reminds me of, sort of. I know it's like an actual stringed instrument from what I just saw, but the vibe is similar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the water, and what's interesting about Waterphone, because Paul and Gustav and I actually interviewed Alex for a podcast, and we had talked about the Waterphone. It was like, man, every time I put it in, I don't want people thinking all of a sudden Neo shows up out of nowhere or whatever. But if you go back and watch this particular track and you see how it lines up with the stuff that's going on, the actual footage that's going on, it seems to be I mean, yes, it could be a cue for that character, but it also has to do with just illusion in general. So when Penny's looking at Tyrion and he disappears and it comes back in a second time for that split second, it's like that's the illusion of him. Like, wait, where did he go? That's something that's different. That's something reality bending, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so
Sound alone, that's just scary. Alex does a very good job about bringing bringing out the visceral reaction to anything.
I like the juxtaposition of the score with the soundtrack too. Like, I'm into that. Like, they're not like completely disparate, but they play off of each other a little bit, and I can see how they play well off of each other when you have the music that gets inserted. But they feel distinct too, and I really appreciate that. It would have been easy to like try and integrate those in sort of a kitschy kind of way, and they didn't do that, and I love that.
Something that you'll notice later if you watch the show and like go and listen to some of the scores, but as well as the music later on, is that there will be a melody that was written for a particular character, but when that character actually has a pop style song that's written that might include them in some way, they include the motif of that character within the pop song without making it sound like it's some kind of classical motif reference. It sounds like its own thing again and just reinforces it. It's really like some of them you don't catch, some of them you do. So it's really cool how it goes back and forth.
An evolved sense of leitmotif almost in regards to being able to take a tune and then morph it to fit whatever form it's being placed in.
Also, I think Alex said that because he also works at Berkeley along with Jeff, and they work like down the hall from each other, so they could probably just
no big deal, it's fine.
just go down the hall and just be like, hey, so and just work on
Straight
that. I think
notes.
if I remember correctly, he was talking about that. They
When
can,
your primary source is down the hall.
yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Then You Trained Us, which kind of has a cool, and maybe Alex can chime in if he's still around in a minute, but there's a cool effect, and I don't know if the effect was Alex mixed with Jeff and sound crew, or if it was purely a musical thing that was written to make it sound that way or whatever, but anyway. Anyway.
It's the montage thing.
So here's this is the that's right. So this is the fight between Aesop's and Team RWBY or whatever that leads into the song War. So when this,
you mean Spec Ops? Team Matthew
right.
hashtag?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Team
good.
Matthew hashtag.
I got you, boo.
So right when this track fades out at the end of this is right when War picks up as far as like a tune being used, to take over. Because they're really good about doing that, about having the score bleed it straight into something else or whatever.
And it's smooth too.
Like Rob Thomas and Santana Smooth?
Oh my god, go away.
The fact that that's now in music history books and music appreciation books
It's
kills me.
hilarious.
My favorite person.
Deservedly so.
As he should.
Fucking fight stance, let's go. JoJo's stance.
So here's this effect that'll be coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot she got that. She got that baited. Fucking triggered.
Alex said that all the guitar on this was Jeff, just so we know.
That is the least surprising thing of all time. Also, water is wet.
Wait, Alex.
Don't you? Oh.
Alex, is this also 7-string? It just sounds extra low.
Definitely.
Yeah, it has to be.
This is closer to Jen.
You ain't never lied, Matthew.
It goes so low, it's got to be a 7-string, unless someone
Oh wait,
detunes
hold
something.
up, no. It might be detuned.
Yeah, there's any drop soon.
It might just be dropped to 6.
I mean, it could.
I don't think it's low enough to be 7.
Well, I mean, you could be up on the 3rd or 4th fret of a 7 and still just be a little
Girl.
lower.
Nerds.
It makes every drummer go, oh crap.
That
Well,
had a
no.
very Death Clock feel to me just now.
Yeah, God, you're not wrong. That's perfect.
I've got something to say about the drums when this is all done.
And then last section had a very birthday death day feel to me from the Death Clock.
I hear that.
I think it is.
Oh, that's right. Oh, the fucking hammer choreo. Oh. That sounds like frog bass, frog guitar.
Oh, it's extremely bad.
Yang coming in a minute with one of the best, like, fucking wrestler power moves ever.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Change up.
So here's what I like. None of the choices are the obvious choices, and I appreciate that. Like, they make sense when they're not obvious.
Right.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, 100%.
Here we go. Power move.
Right, yeah, 7.
Yaga.
It's a down.
Ah, that's right.
The shoo shoo when they land.
And then that right when you zoom in on her is when War comes in. Never really had a problem with you. Yeah, that's where that comes
Is
in.
it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut
Like it leads straight into that tune. with the heavy metal Andrew sisters.
Oh my
The
lord.
heavy metal Andrew sisters thing, by the way, I gotta give you credit. That's the most perfect description of all time.
That just popped in my head one day. I'm like, holy fuck, this sounds
That's
like
the-
the Andrew
Right.
sisters. Like
That's the hashtag for that song.
yeah.
Oh, so I had meant to bring this point up like songs ago, and I always forgot to say it. And no issue if this is the case, but does the drum sound like it's just a drum machine? For some reason, every time I hear it, it doesn't sound like it's live, or it doesn't sound like it's studio drums.
Oh no. I'm about 90% sure that it's actually like programmed in.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I also know
because-
that drums are very expensive.
Yeah,
to-
that was about to say
record.
shit is expensive.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. So,
Yeah.
No, but like I said before, that's one of the things is like I could probably name you like 4 drummers off the top of my head, or at least the groups that those drummers play in, where they would see that chart and be like, "Oh yeah, sure."
yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's playable.
For
It's not
sure.
just yeah.
I
But-
didn't bring it up to like alienate the possibility, but I was like, it's because I've been working on this damn album for so long, and I have audio workstation patches in my head, and it's like, I know that
Yes.
sound. That's a fucking. I've used that
Yeah.
sound before.
It's absolutely that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually personally know a couple.
Mhm.
Bruce and Sterling and Goose probably know this guy, but there was a guy we worked with. We all worked in a music store together, and that's a lot of the reason we know each other.
That is a whole other podcast in and of
yeah.
itself of
Jesus
like
Christ.
shenanigans.
No. But Scotty could play that no problem. All of that. He just
Oh yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
100%. Yeah.
Mhm.
There was 2 drummers that there was another guy, the tall blonde guy that would play with what was the metal cover band that would do karaoke night? Metalsome.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
At the 10
for-
high. Yeah.
Yeah. So for people that don't know,
Oh
there
no,
was
Kurt Aberley.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Uh-huh.
Poor
there's a
Paul is just sitting here. Sorry.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm after sleeping now anyway.
That's right. My bad. Keep on. Carry on.
so there's a band called Meddlesome that's in Atlanta, and they would play they would do karaoke, meaning that like you as the karaoke singer would get up and sing live in front of this band that knew 300 metal tunes and rock tunes, and you'd be like, I want to sing, I want to do this one, and they're like, okay, cool, $20, and they would play it flawlessly. And
Oh, they were dope.
I miss Meddlesome. It was so awesome.
Meddlesome Mondays. Yep, you go out on a Monday.
Some Mondays, absolutely.
That's
So,
worth $20
anyway.
at least.
Oh,
yeah, and-
easily.
well,
Oh,
they
hell yeah.
They recorded the whole night, and so
Oh,
you
fuck.
so you would get a DVD at the end of the night that had everyone singing, including yourself. So you could like say, "Yeah, that's me singing with the band just for fun."
That's
you know.
incredible. Yeah.
All right, so last score. Well,
Well,
fuck
wait
it.
for Sterling.
I
I'll
am hungry. Let's get
Okay,
it.
so while we're talking about this, so Sterling and I chatted in another one of the breaks, and if you join our Discord, in the general chat is a video of Sterling and Jason and myself doing a
posted it
cover of Sunday Morning by No Doubt back about 10 years ago.
there.
Oh
it
my God, you
is.
did.
Enjoy that.
Oh
in
my
their-
God, you did.
we
You
did
did
do
post
that.
it. Oh, that's the laryngitis one? Oh, man.
I had laryngitis that night, but I let it go for the greater good.
Are you going to sing
What?
"Let It Go" now?
What's the
Let it go.
yeah, pick your key. That's the real power, Cheryl, is when you pick the key, anything is possible.
Oh, and Sunday Morning?
No. What was the was it because Sterling was going off on the bass? Like what was the significance of that laryngitis cover?
So the significance of that was was a discussion we had earlier about our guitar player being terrible.
That's right, the triplet discussion. Okay. I was trying to remember why. It was the
Yeah.
triplets.
So there's not a lot of love lost between our guitar player and the three of us.
I,
No,
I
not
will,
at all.
I will
Don't
put it
call
this way
anyone out
because
live on stream.
because everyone who's watching the stream also knows who Jason is.
Yeah.
And so this guitar player is Jason, as rowdy as he is, he's a giant teddy bear. But this one guitar player is the only person I know that Jason would be like, if I see him, I will smash his face.
It's
Yeah,
on site. These
We
hands
had
are
like
on
a
site.
no, we had like a 2 or 3 year section of on site with this dude that Sterling and I had to really manage. But anyway, so join
Sterling, is that a watermelon popsicle in the shape of a cactus?
Go to hell, it is.
Isn't that a plumbus?
Look, my wife is awesome, all right? God, get off my...
I know that.
It's a watermelon popsicle
I
in the
definitely
shape
know
of a
that
cactus. Come on now. Why is it in the shape of a watermelon? Why is it?
That's
It's a
dope as shit.
cactus.
I'm not gonna lie, that's dope.
That's dope as shit. I'm
that's
not
too-
even mad at it.
Goose, that's too much on the nose. You can't have something that obvious and overt. It's got to be fucking
He's a black man who plays bass, eating a
Goose.
watermelon popsicle.
Goose. You are going to get canceled. It's not even your fault. Like context
I'm making
against you.
I am making factual statements,
Correct.
not judgments. These are
Perception.
factual observations.
Perception is running you into the ground right now, just like it has in
Nice.
this past video.
Oh, it's a
You
lover's
don't like
tiff.
chicken and watermelon, there's something wrong with you. I don't know how we got stuck with that moniker, but it is what it is.
Well
They're
The
like-
said.
last score, please, and get the.
Yes.
Final
All right.
score. I'm hungry.
Okay,
Yeah,
speaking
right? Holy
speaking
shit.
of food, the last score is called "I Refuse to Starve."
That's
or,
right.
And I refuse to starve.
And that's movie magic, baby.
Finally.
You can't script this.
What a segue.
I hate my
All
life.
right. So here's this one. This one has like I kind of picked this one, and a lot of people had on Discord had mentioned that it would be a good one. And part of it, after I watched it, was there's a lot of really good visual matching cues to the music and stuff too. So and it just kicks ass in general. So
Oh yeah.
hey, no yawning. What?
Ugh.
It's only like 9:00 there. Paul's not
Look,
yawning.
some of us have lives.
Which time
Paul's-
zone in
Not
this group?
really.
Yeah,
No, no, no,
Paul's,
no, 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 no. I don't.
Paul's not yawning, and it's already tomorrow.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad. I'll
We have to
remember
look
that
to
next
Paul
time.
for inspiration and strength.
Yeah.
This clown nose will preserve me.
St. Paul. Hashtag St. Paul.
No love for Saint Matthew. All right.
No.
very Ennio Morricone sort of, trumpet string line there.
God, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's baller as hell.
Nerds.
Did you say nerds?
It says the man with the clown nose.
So?
Waterphone.
Take a drink every time Goose says.
Stop.
The children's screams are well timed and not the score. Just saying that now.
I know, right?
It could not be more fitting. Oh man.
This is real good synth work. Oh,
Oh, the strings are so good there.
That string
So good.
texture is great.
That's good.
I hate this bitch. God, I'm so tired of her.
Wow.
Come on, trombones.
There's a soundtrack nod.
Synths there. What's that? Night Rider thing again?
so good.
I remember this aerial fight. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Yay, Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo as a flautist. Piccolo underrated.
Shakuhachi.
The death whistle.
It is very that energy if you do it right, which I always do.
I disagree.
I was waiting for something. Or someone. I don't remember the line.
I've been waiting for some time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Coldest stone. Oh, coldest moment in the show. Just fucking. What it do, bitch?
We stand arpeggios.
That's getting added to the bingo now.
Yeah, it is.
Did it.
Because they're not quite disco strings.
The voice.
That's the power of the Winter Maiden. Anakin.
There's a little
Oh my
waterfall
god!
at the
No,
end there.
I just rewatched the whole prequel trilogy. Stop.
All hail
Okay.
Saint Voxos.
So here's the thing I really like. So that's the animation that it was coupled with, correct?
Yes.
All right, this is what I like. To me, where a lot of people fail with scoring scenes is they make all of the obvious choices over and over again. What I like about this, with that scene in particular, is that there are times where it's not like it doesn't hit exactly when an action happens on scene. But then when there's quieter moments, it does line up exactly to remind you, like, oh no, the composer understands what's happening here. They're just making the less obvious choice. And I think it's better for it. I think it's a lot better for it. It's just
It sets
fucking
it apart for sure. In a
yes.
Good...
There's one of the things that and we were kind of talking when it happened, but I do remember this from before. When you're talking about the non-obvious stuff, there is when her hand is being caught by the maiden, the older lady. She like grips or like not the maiden, but the Cinder's character, like changes her grip twice or like flexes her grip twice, and there's two musical accents on that. So it's even like less of an obvious choice, but it fits even more than what the obvious choice would have been. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nuance.
Yeah, so it's really subtle, but it like makes a big difference.
Indeed.
Matthew, someone took a screenshot of your less than amused face with the nose on, and there's discussion in the Discord about turning it into a server emote to use for later.
You're officially a meme now.
Fuck yeah. Fuck fame. I'll be a meme any day.
Hey, it can be two things. ¿Por qué no los dos?
Right.
Porque no lo estás así.
Fame's not good for me. Meme, I can handle that. Fuck yeah. Good to know.
You are now being dubbed. No. There's now a name. You are now being dubbed Clownthew.
Hold on. Before we get too far down that rabbit hole.
Oh my god.
Alex had put the Voxos stuff that he had put for the program.
So good.
And basically it translates over to I take maiden magic of autumn, ultimate maiden, don't fuck with me. Which is like, that is another layer of that is the most kick-ass shit I've heard in a long time.
Snaps! Full
like
fucking snaps.
That's funny.
That's like Deadpool level like words, like text for the chorus.
Yes, because I mean in Deadpool when he was fighting
Holy fucking
Juggernaut.
shit! Yes.
So the funny side story about that is a friend of mine who's an LA studio trombone guy. I asked him. I said, "Did you play the Deadpool soundtrack?" And he's like, "No, I didn't." I said, "Okay," because there's this choir part that was just killing me, and I was laughing out loud in the theater, and no one caught it at first, and I was sitting there laughing like an idiot. And I said, "Yeah, they said these lyrics." And he goes, "Yeah, I do know that because when I was getting there to record a different film score that day, the choir that was in the studio that day was leaving and coming out, and they were like laughing their ass off about this bullshit that I just sang was like, holy fuck balls, holy shit, and it was like, we're supposed to sing this, okay, so yeah."
That's really funny. Man, and that's volume 7.
It is. It's volume 7.
Oh, man.
2 hours, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
Totally.
But less than 4. Less than 4.
I knew what the fuck I was getting into. I know y'all.
No, goals. I just said goals. It doesn't mean we had to meet them.
We don't
Shit.
have to meet them. Well said, yeah.
Goals are merely aspirational.
Wait, did you say 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 originally?
Did you
Or
say
just starting
69?
Hours.
Giggity.
Zing. Zing.
Zing.
That takes
We are
me
all
back.
children. Christ.
And on that note,
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
We've
Bye.
been Sirs and Madams.
Paul's got to get to bed. Sirs
Yes,
and
he
Madams
does.
and High Five Water
Right.
Slide. Coming at you.
Signing off.
Well, it's been a blast, guys.
Raul just
it's
said
been
bingo.
So nice to me. My first big Ruby time.
Raul
watch
just
the
said
show,
bingo
I'll
again,
record
bitches.
Really?
Everyone
No,
watching, everyone
but
in
I
the
don't remember
chat.
anyone saying anything.
Paul
No.
and Cheryl, it's been absolutely wonderful reacting with the both of you tonight.
Mwah.
Thank
You
you
are
so
a
much for being on
doll.
board.
Thank you,
Hashtag
guys.
vocalist squad.
Hashtag Clownthew. Hashtag Clownthew, because that's a thing now.
Hashtag stand ginger nuts.
With pride.
Yeah!
Raul said, "Okay, good night, lads. I see what you did there.
I seen it.
I seen it."
Mm-hmm.
Raising.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
There,
bye,
there weren't a
guys.
lot of 7s there. Just kidding. All right, okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. We'll see everybody later.
Goodbye. Yeah, just fucking.